Cheers, everybody. One of these weeks. Cheers, everybody. Huh? What a sick week. It's been a lot of action, even though we haven't been having too many streams lately, huh? I mean, this calls for a celebration, huh? What a perfect day, perfect week. Now we're following last week's relatively quiet week on the market, except for GameStop. GameStop was crushing it, so I can't get this thing lit, my cigar, but I'm close enough, right? Cheers, everybody. What a big day. Closing above 16, but we all saw how high it got, right? What was the high? 1942. I knew it was in the 19s. I didn't see where it got, but I mean, this is a big day. Big couple of days, right? Obviously, we didn't stream. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving last week. I hope you had a nice time. Welcome back. I hope everyone enjoyed the little bit of a break, but at the same time, it was great because obviously GameStop was running a bit. There was no crazy volume, I thought, though. All right, it picked up a little bit on Friday. Started to get a bit more traction, right? But check out this chart. How much have we been looking at this? This is the weekly chart, and this was a big breakthrough today. And I know, first of all, the market was selling off today, right? What did it end up? It sold off a bit right at the end, and so that was part of. Russell 2000 was down almost 2% today. That was a big down day for the Russell 2000, but GameStop held up pretty good, all things considered, right? It was up tremendous, and then it gave some back at the end of the day, right? Not great. All else equal, you wanted to keep going higher, but nevertheless, it was a big day to get above 19. That's a big day. What was the volume too? And then it seemed like there was quite a bit of volume early in the day. Then it kind of quieted down. I see. First of all, 31 million. Now that's some serious volume, right? It's been very, very quiet. And we had been saying once you get serious volume, people who actually want to buy the stock, watch out. And there you go. You got it. You got 31 million. That's what I'm talking about. That when you see 7, 8, 9 million, that's not even that much volume for a stock like this, as heavily shorted as it is. And as far as some of us are concerned, the upside potential here, that there's just not that much volume. No one was really where there was no huge reason to immediately buy. But now you started to see the sentiment turn, and especially the past week or so. And part of that is just because that price action was rising. The chart was looking incredibly bullish. You saw me tweet that out over the weekend. Like, this is one of the most bullish charts on the market. What can I say? Especially when you zone in on especially like the past 18 months and 2 years, it's really bullish. And so combined with the fundamentals, right? I mean, it was a week many of us continue to believe it's hugely undervalued, considering how it will perform in Q4 and beyond. Maybe even Q3 could take the market by surprise. Some of us were chatting about that. Cheers, everybody. Huh? What an exciting day. Good day to have a stream, right? This is sick. So, but yeah, it kind of seemed like the sentiment was turning. But did y'all see that too? Where it's kind of people were kind of getting on board with the GameStop story a bit. And I included in that chart too some of the fundamental aspects that some people tend to overlook. But it kind of felt like people were kind of getting real on board with this, even more than they had been in the past. And again, I think part of that is the fundamentals haven't changed at all over the past week, right? Nothing material. Except for Black Friday. I mean, you saw people sleeping outside. Even we're going to get those two guys sleeping on their mattresses on the street. See if we get them on, right? So that was kind of people. It didn't so much happen console week, but there was definitely some of that last week, I think. But of course, in the back of our minds is always the fact that it's a bit undervalued. Then the chart is looking more and more bullish. Now it looks even more bullish after this breakout today. It's coming back down, and it's definitely that we should be watching this range right now, this $16, $17 range. That's that real important. Like I was saying, like I don't think you break through that without some material news. We came close today, so I can't say I'm too surprised it came back a bit. But at the same time, like I said, if you have tremendous demand, if suddenly people come around to the thesis. And what has changed over the past couple weeks is the Ryan Cohen letter, right? Which I have up. This is serious. And like I said, I felt the market was taking its time to digest this letter. And I think, so like last week, like Black Friday type stuff, the holiday type stuff. But I think the market was digesting this letter. Like I said, that type of thing takes time. And now the market's coming around to this huge potential upside. And I think that's a big part of what you're seeing right now, combined with just the basic undervaluation based on what free cash flow will be looking over the next 18, 24 months, you know what I mean? And then the charts and everything. I think people are finally coming around to this. And so this is a big move. And I know, we're at 19, right? All else equal. You like the 19, 20, give it 22, 25, whatever. But it was still a meaningful day. This is a constructive day to break through and to not crash right through. It was still green on the day. Again, the market was down quite a bit today, almost 2% on the Russell. So let's see. it's not no huge victory laps just yet. Let's just see what happens over the coming days. But what a big, I mean, it was a gap up today too. If we get down in the daily, I mean, you know what I mean? Like you see the green candle, that means it closed lower than where it opened. But still, that's a big day, and other people are going to note that too. And then you see the short interest, right? Tremendous short interest. And I keep on and a reminder for folks, right? I mean, this channel is educational in nature, not providing advice or anything like that. But generally speaking, remove GME, remove the ticker. Just betting on short squeeze, that's dangerous to do, right? For us, it's a bit of for many of the people who share my thesis, it's a bit of a sideshow because there's a legitimate thesis underlying this play. But that said, it needs to be talked about. And a reminder too, when I'm tweeting out like the short squeeze stuff and the graphics, like we're trying to have it's something that I don't think enough people are talking about, right? But that's not something to bet on. If it happens, that's great. All else equal, you like that price to take off. But still, it's very difficult to time that type of stuff, and even to know if it's going to happen. Like I say, I'm not even so sure. I don't really have the expertise to say whether or not something is like that is likely to happen. But that said, I'm aware of that short interest. It's definitely something to pay attention to. And as far as we know, what's surprising to me and many of us, I think, is that the short interest remained elevated at the last we heard. And so that's kind of what's surprising to me, especially if it has remained high. So we'll have to see. When do we get the update? Probably. I guess it's a little while away. But I'm kind of curious about that too, right? Because like now this price action is starting to get real. If it breaks through, to this level and we're at 18, 19, 20, low 20 range. Like remember I talked about getting shaken out, but again I don't really know about that. But in this particular case, we have an actual thesis. So if you get the longer term time frame, then it's kind of just like it's a nice to have if it happens, but. I just saw a lot of people talking about that squeeze stuff, so I just wanted to warn on that front because even I myself don't have high confidence in that stuff. But you gotta note it. I felt not even enough people were talking about it. I'm like, you gotta talk about this stuff, hasn't it? Like I've never even seen such high short interest relative to the shares outstanding, but relative to my bull feet, like how confident I was in the bull. Anyway. So that's so just a big day on a big couple of days, right? This is the daily. So you saw. When was the last time we streamed? This day, right? So it was right in that. It's only up. What's crazy is that it's only up about 20%, right? Is this right? When was the last time we streamed? The 23rd? It's only up about 20% from our last stream on the close. I realized it was higher than that intraday today, but it's only up 20%. But what's happening is, right, it seems like the story's getting out there and the chart's breaking out, blah, blah, blah. So wouldn't you know, as soon as that broke out on that, it's funny how some of these things tend to coincide. It's just kind of a bit curious. So everything's a test and blah, blah, blah. But let's see if this story takes hold. Let's see where it goes the rest of the week. We'll have to keep an eye on this, but it definitely looks good. There's so much stuff that I liked and everything. I can't even bring I didn't have time to get through. There was this stuff, right? Well, I noted that, but I was gonna. I think it was stuff that I liked. Let me just go to what I liked. There's just so much stuff. Thank you. Cheers to welcome everybody. Cheers to everybody. I'll get into the comments here in just a sec. Oh, cheers to just Justin here. I saw Justin tweeted out some fire here. So now people we got earnings in a week, right? And I keep on saying, like, if you're going to try to, it's difficult to forecast the quarterly performance and stuff, and it matters where you are going into it. So that's something I'm watching right now. Let's kind of see where we're at chart-wise, sentiment-wise. Of course, the fundamentals haven't changed too much, except for the fact that in light of the Cohen letter, the management team might be inclined to kind of talk up their performance, inclusive of kind of what Justin's getting at here, which is November performance, right? Because that's part of Q4, but November's in the books as of today. It's done. And that includes Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and some additional the new consoles, just a ton of stuff. So we shouldn't be surprised. And Justin's saying right here how he thinks it's going to be tremendous year-over-year performance. The figure that they toss out there could catch people by surprise. I mean, it's conceivable that it's tremendous. That who knows if that's what the takeaway from the earnings call, right? It's always there's that second level thinking how the market reacts to some of this news, right? But I thought, yep, people are going to be talking about that as we head into earnings, about how Q3 was. Justin talking about this too. Well, I'll get more into this. I kind of just want to scroll through quick so I get to the chat. I want to see everyone's hot takes. You know what I mean? CVC talking about how what the current enterprise value is versus what net income will be over the near-term future. That's what I mean, is that downside protection for my thesis is how much free cash flows the company's going to generate over the next 4 to 6 quarters. That's my downside protection. And then I think, like, the market cap, we cracked $1 billion, right? Cracked $1 billion. That's meaningful. And we talked about how that's meaningful too, because it might get larger institutions. It's only been there a couple of days. I mean, it's only been there a short while. It needs to stick. but it can get an institutional investor interest too, because it's just a larger cap company, believe it or not, that might be more inclined to get involved. But there's other variables, many other variables that play into that. But anyway, but what the enterprise value, what the market cap is relative to what those free cash flows are, like, I mean, it still remains a bit silly for some of us. And like, that's the downside protection. It's like, and if they succeed in reinventing and just crushing it with the current path that they're on, and or leveraging many of Ryan Cohen's ideas, terrific. That's the huge, tremendous upside where a $1 billion market cap is going to be like, it could be ridiculous low if they succeed, right? There's still the question of execution. But as far as like that, like I saw this, I'm like, that's terrific, because that's how I've been thinking about this thesis for as long as I've been involved with it. Like, what are those free cash flows going to be? Or in this case, net income, right? Which they can be proxies for one another. So, and Justin was talking too, there was that Seeking Alpha, that reflexivity stuff. Then Seeking Alpha's talking about how, like, so many people visiting the GameStop Wednesday, buying GameStop stuff. The Google searches, you can see it popping up. That's sick. You know what I mean? Yeah. How often do you see bankrupt companies that are one of the most, that people, long ass lines, people bringing mattresses outside? I know we said that a ton, but it's worth repeating after Black Friday. You see all those pictures. Oh, Musical Felony, cheers. Musical Felony, yeah. Cheers daily. Oh, I super. I'll go through. This was just some larger, like, Russell 2000 type stuff, like energy. Like, that's what I mean. Like, this stuff is kind of a tailwind. Russell 2000 pulled back a bit today. I'll pull up the chart in a bit. I didn't do that yet. But it was still, that's a bit of a tailwind, right? And I mean, energy stocks, material, like hard asset type stocks, value stocks, small cap stocks, they kind of bit correlated in my mind. So I was just taking note of energy in this value versus growth type stuff, where if it were reverting, not confirmed yet, but there could be quite a bit of upside. Just potential tailwinds I was noting. You saw Reggie tweet out too. And I thought, I mean, it's always great to see Reggie talking about, right? Because, it's just great to see that he's getting the message out there. I saw that the latest I can just open that up. I don't have it open. The GameStop stuff of they were extending the same day delivery or discounting the same day delivery. That was great. James was tossing out some good shit too. I had opened that up. It was a Bloomberg article that had a GameStop reference. What else? There's so much stuff. Well, I'll get into it with it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it was great to see, because I'm liking it. I'm trying to go through I didn't get through everything. That's the thing. I was noticing, like, sentiment turning, and so many different people were talking about it. It was hard to keep up with everything. I'm like, I'm doing my best to as you know me, I'm trying to read through everything. Oh, and Rod, cheers, Ron. Rod's been doing a terrific job tracking his model, huh? Rod, I'm sure this isn't up to date, so I probably shouldn't even pull it up. But check out Rod's his model. He's got it all over the place. He's got it on Twitter. He's got it on StockTwits. But he's doing a good job of tracking the order flow for e-commerce and just setting up. In this particular case, this pertains to Q4, but he's also been tracking Q3 a bit. And it seems as though they're already crushing it on this e-commerce front, right? And that's why some of us see this letter, we're thinking, all right, they're kind of working on some of this stuff already. But as it appears, though, they're already kind of executing on this, and that's big, because I saw some people talking about, like, where's the company trade relative to e-commerce revenues and everything like that. It's like, if people re-rate this company and they value it through and they start valuing it through the lens of, say, like a bit of a e-commerce type company, a tech type company with the data that they have, the e-commerce stuff, if they can crush it on that front, it could be quite a bit higher. So it's good to see that they're already executing on that front. So we'll have to see. So Rod, I always love this stuff, right? Because look, Rod's sticking. He taught. Why this is so great is, like, again, Rod, I'm sure this is out of date, so I apologize. But, like, he gave you his variables. He gave you his bear base and bull case. You can disagree with it, and I'm certain that Rod would be like, disagree with this, and be like, and then we can talk about it, because that pursuit of truth, you get closer to the truth. Let's talk about it. Maybe you view it differently because of X, Y, Z. We can change things. We can update stuff, and then we can arrive at it. And then the question is, how much does that impact your thesis? How much does it impact your own 4Q estimates, et cetera, et cetera? But it's good to have it very detailed like that, and then you can kind of pick through. I think it's just great. So thank you so much to Rod for sharing that model. So many different things. I mean, and talk about margins are going to explode in Q4, right? Like, I think all those SG&A cuts are finally going to take hold. They're taking hold right now. I continue to believe the market has not fully priced in that stuff. It's not just about the boom, or the boon rather, from the revenues from the new consoles and the attachments and blah, 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 but the cost cutting, all the cost cutting that they've done. And again, same thing with this letter. Like, Ryan Cohen touched on some of this stuff, but many of us as many of us already know, they've already been doing some of this stuff, and we're going to start seeing and hit that bottom line in Q3, in Q4, and beyond. And I think what you're seeing right now, among many different variables at play here, make no mistake, but part of what you're seeing is the market starting to now factor in these variables that have been pretty apparent for a while now. It's just kind of a question of execution. But as we're getting closer to it and the market actually sees the actual performance, it's like, all right, you know what? They are executing. Time to price it in. And the market's playing a little bit of catch up. That's my opinion, which is but then you still get the short interest. So it's not everyone buys into it just yet. There's no guarantee of complete execution, but at least that downside protection. You know what I mean? Like I'm like eyeing these imminent free cash flows, in particular Q4 and beyond. But I'm even super curious about Q3. That's why I was glad some folks have been talking about it, because we'll see. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, anything else that it's just so much. Model tweaks. What was this from? From Matt. Just tremendous demand for a lot of these gaming type stuff. Oh, cheers, Alec. I hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving. Oh, James, this was great. So James I remember James tweeting about this a couple of months ago. Using, like, Amazon was crushing it. Check out this article on Amazon in its ad platform, right? Amazon's ad platform, I think as of early 2019, it was 5% of Amazon's total e-commerce sales. And what he was doing is just making a little bit of a comparison. We're welcome to disagree with it. Just making the point where for some companies out there, it's already hugely, hugely profitable and a huge part of their business. And maybe people are skeptical GameStop can pull it off. That's okay. But what James is kind of getting at, I suspect, because I feel the same way too, is that if they execute, then there's the market is going to revalue at least that aspect of the business. You know what I mean? The market, it has to, because it's going to tend to be a bit of a higher margin business. It could even grow over time if people prefer shopping in the e-commerce space at a GameStop type website relative to some other firms out there. It's not to say that there isn't still competition or anything like that, but I just mean like there's an opportunity here where, as Ryan Cohen says, if folks are having an excellent experience, if they like shopping at GameStop and they like the deals that they're getting, then that can be a bigger part of the valuation in time. So I thought that was great. This was another small cap type chart. Okay, we'll get into it. So cheers, look at that. We got a solid turnout today, huh? Welcome everybody. So much to say, so much to let me pull this back up, huh? Hey, it's still green up. So it was a little bit a smart pullback, right? But where was it? It was right mid-17s, right after 3. Like, this is, as we all know now, this is noise. Look, actually, let's do this. Let's pull up the intraday. Why don't I do that? Yeah, look at that. So you can see, look at it. It's a smart pullback right at the end of the day, right? But we were roughly, it was kind of pulling back all day. So it was a lot of giddiness in the early morning, right? It pulled back, but part of the market was a tough day in the market or whatever. But importantly, it broke through. It held its gains, right? And we'll see how the market, what the market wants to do leading into earnings, right? That's kind of what I'm eyeing this stuff. But yeah, we'll see what it does tomorrow. I think everything's constructive, right? One day performance. For some people, they're noting like the pullback from the early day highs, and I'm like, yo, for a lot of us who've been in here for a long ass time, like we see all the market moves we've seen over the past 18 years, like this ain't shit. All I see is a 2-year high on this stock. You know what I mean? And that's if that alone is the reason for a celebration. You know what I mean? Cheers, everybody. Oh, we got a solid turnout. Let's do this. Let me get this up. Okay. Oh, Cleese, what up, Cleese? Cheers, Cleese. I hope you're doing well today. EO, what up, EO? Cheers, mate. Cheers. David, welcome back. David, cheers. All right. Hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving, right? A nice weekend and everything. Steve Stonk, welcome back, Steve. Yep, going into earnings, so people are going to be eyeing that stuff. You know, like this type of stuff is the positioning going into earnings. That stuff's difficult analysis. It's very complex, especially in light of the Cohen letter. It even makes it more complex. But for the longer term, folks, it's like, all right, we just roll with it. The stock is sold off after every earnings so far. So what a change of pace it would be if the stock popped out earnings. But that's probably what people will be thinking about this week. Hey, Smash. Welcome, Smash. Cheers, mate. Zazinian, sick. Happy Monday. Chris, welcome, Chris. Okay, people talk about today's action. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, here we go. What do we got? What do we got? I'm trying to get through. I'm gonna try to stay on top of the chat tonight. Let's see how I can do. Welcome, Uber. Tuber is here. Yeah, cheers, Uber. Huh? Thank you, Rod. Thank you for sharing your model so much. I really appreciate that stuff. Okay, people talking about some of their moves. People talking about the squeeze. So, like I said, just be careful with that squeeze. It is a very highly unusual, very curious setup for sure. And but the timing of this stuff is very difficult. And I'm curious too what the updated short interest was. We had a bit of volume today, but it kind of seemed like it was just like maybe some. I mean, that's speculation on my part. I have no idea. But I was like, it didn't feel as though there was just tremendous. I kind of just felt like some back and forth trading, but I have no insights on that. It's kind of just speculation on my part, but I kind of watch it. But I'm like, I wonder if some shorts are closing on this breakout, or you know what I meant to check today was this. Do I get this up? What's that? What is this? Oh yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Like, we're using this as a proxy. See that rate is still 7.2%. 550. Okay. Okay, what do we got? Talking moves. James, what up, James? Cheers. Oh, Justin. Welcome, Justin. Cheers, mate. Oh, the Ryan Cohen stuff. Yep. Oh, so I agree, Justin. I agree. Very, very bullish day. It's been a very bullish couple of days. Again, I think some people, like there's many different types of market participants. They have different types of plays on all types of stocks. If for the very short term, like intraday plays, all the stuff, you look at the intraday chart, it's going, right? But for the longer term folks, like, this is bullish. I mean, the stock's at a 52-week high. It was at a 3-year intraday high. Like, that's bullish. And in light of you got the fundamentals fueling, you know what I mean, blowing it up, and then Ryan Cohen talking up this stuff, sentiment changing. Like, it's got so many things supporting this case, and I think I'm with you, Justin. A very bullish day, I feel. Let's see where it goes from here. And it would be great if it sticks it going in. I mean, there's still earnings next week, but what's been interesting to me, a lot of people have kind of been betting on, like betting on what the stock's going to do at earnings. It can be difficult to try to forecast that type of stuff, because what if the upside isn't fully priced in yet? You know what I mean? That said, you keep an eye on the chart going into it and sentiment and stuff, and it's difficult analysis, but we'll see. I mean, we'll have to see in the coming days how it ends the week and so forth. Daily, welcome, Daily. Happy Monday, Daily. Cheers, mate. I agree. What a week it's been since we've last convened. Well said. But even still, like I said, it's only up 20%. It's only up. And I think everyone's the eye on that 19, right? I mean, it's still at 19. That's big. Even I'm quoting the intraday price, right? But it's still like, am I calculating that right? I feel like am I doing it wrong? Yeah, no, that's right, I think. But yeah, it was like sentiment kind of felt. Did y'all think that too? Like, I'm very curious to see people's take. It kind of felt like more people were talking about the GameStop thesis, which is always just even chatter about it, especially when it's the right. If they're picking up the right aspects of the story, that's always good to see. Oh, Justin went by some GameStops today. Yeah, thank you to the folks who have been stopping by some of the GameStop and sharing what they've been seeing. That's been great. Some Bopis, okay. Okay, sick. Cheyenne, welcome, Cheyenne and Hugo. Cheers, mates. Welcome back. Hope y'all had a good week. Oh, Justin helping out on that front. Yeah, Justin. It's a good deal, huh, right, Justin? Oh, shit. Yeah, what up, Chris? What up? Yeah. What up? What a day. Let's do it. Jorge, cheers. What's up, Jorge? David, welcome back. Okay, people talking about some of their moves. Yeah. Like talking about this, remove the ticker GME, right? Just when you get this a bit of a trading range, right? Depends on all of your different time horizons and stuff, but when you're at the top of what appears to be a little bit of a range, you can potentially trim or sell at the higher end. When you're at the lower end, it could be times to add or buy, just general educational type stuff. In the case of GameStop, you had a bit of a breakthrough. You had a bit of a breakthrough to a potential new level, right? It kind of it came a bit back down. It's not, but it was a gap up. I guess not quite on the candle there, a little bit. But so let's see what it does from here. But it's notable. And so then it's like, well, what do you then? For some folks, they buy on the breakout, right? And then you buy on a retest, or you wait a little bit, see if it's confirmed the next day. Everyone has their own little nuances as to how they might approach this type of a thing. But rarely is a breakout to a new 2-year high bearish. It's usually, and it got overbought. It would be nice for it to get even more. I mean, it's more bullish. Obviously, if it gets even more overbought, I guess obvious. But it was still just to tick up in that range after this downtrend. It kind of broke through. And wouldn't you know, as soon as it broke through, wasn't that last stream that we did it? And then it went boom, 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 all the way up. And I think maybe people were kind of viewing it similar to how some of us are viewing it. Okay. Johan, what up, Johan? Cheers, mate. Welcome back, Johan. Nice to see you. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. Which side? I don't even know which side I lit. Oh, I think it's that side. Well, customer, yeah. Oh, we got 100 viewers. Cheers, everybody. We got 100 viewers. Sick. Let's go. Oh, 99. I blew it. I scared someone away. They saw the ridiculousness. They moved on. Okay, so Justin, look at Justin saying, Justin thinks November same-store sales can be 100% plus. Do I still got that shit up? That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Where Justin was saying this. Where was Justin talking about this? Yeah, there you go. I believe November same-store sales will show. Now we talk about 100%. You know what I mean? Like, that's attention-grabbing stuff. And you might say, well, it could be priced in, and that's fair. You can't be 100% sure whether or not something's priced in. But it's 100%. If you start reporting in your earnings release at 100% year over year, like, that's an attention-grabbing figure. That type of thing. Maybe it would surprise the market. I guess we'll have to see. But can you imagine 100% year over year? Like, you never sees that. We all know why, because the console's a big part of it. But it's also because they're executing on some of their e-commerce fronts, and I mean, especially on the e-commerce front, but some other areas as well. Just I don't know. And then just high attachment rate for some of these new consoles, right? That's where GameStop tends to crush it in those early weeks, months, quarters, years. And so can you imagine? I mean, if they could report that. Remember, November is going to be in the books. Come the Q3 readout, they might talk this stuff up. And why might they talk this stuff up? In light of the Cohen letter. They talked up May. They talked up May performance in Q2. If you remember, when they reported in June, they were like, hey, I forget what was it up 4% or so? I think it was up 4%. I should have checked. Yeah, I think it was up 4%. And because it was in the books. And so they may be a higher chance that they might do that this time around. So then it's just a question of how good will it be and whether or not that's priced in. But 100%, like, that's something that's newsworthy. Remember we were talking about what are the 3 bullet point items that might top the earnings release, right? I would have to say 100% same-store sales. If they trigger that, would be something. Wow. Eduardo, welcome back, Eduardo. Hope you had a nice week. Jordan, cheers, mate. Cheers. Yeah, talk about short squeeze potential. Yeah, I agree. Definitely the potential remain until the shorts close. There has to be. You need to assign a non-zero probability to it, right? Even if it's not your base case, you need to entertain. I entertain tremendous upsides and tremendous downsides. I've entertained zeros for GameStop in the past. You've heard me talk about that on past streams. Like I try to develop a very broad distribution, probability distribution for GameStop outcomes. And when I see the short interest, what it is, and I see the setup, like I was talking about a couple weeks ago, the setup was one of the most bullish setups I've seen as I've been involved with GameStop. And with all those variables, until the shorts close, I'm like, shit, I don't know enough about this, but I think, yeah, that shit can still happen. And then what does that look like? I don't know. But as a bull, it's like one of those. It's like Tinder, right? I don't know. It can accelerate things, right? But then other people see the short interest too, so that reflexivity type stuff that plays a role. That reflexivity is all over the place. I kept on thinking that if you get that breakthrough to like the next level, like a firm breakthrough, that the price action can just shake. Right now, it came back down, right, at that interesting level. Some of us been eyeing that 17, 18, 16, 17 range. It got to 19 today, but it didn't hold it. Like you might, like I was saying, I thought to really break through that you need some serious news. And so, maybe it happens tomorrow, or I don't know. Maybe it happens in the absence of it. We'll see. But then if you're like 22, 23, I would just feel like it might be an expensive or very risky play to keep it on as heavy. But then maybe they can close some, but not all. I don't know about. I'm always curious to see people's takes. Let's keep going. Hugo. Hugo. You never listen to Hugo. Oh, Hugo, ain't that the truth? I'll pull it up over here. Let me keep going. Wait, what was it? Okay. I'll pull it up over there, Hugo. Oh, jeez. I can't even look, Hugo. Jen, welcome back, Jen. Cheers. Cheers, cruise control. Oh, Jorge's got another one. Oh, Jorge's got another chart. I swear, Jorge looks around the whole market. He browses like all these tickers. And Jorge himself is looking for the worst chart. The worst chart. Jorge, I'm kidding, right? But every time I'm like, what the Jorge? I can't wait to pull this one up, huh? I'm going to feel embarrassed if it's a good-looking chart. Oh, it isn't. Oh, it's a different looking chart. My apologies, Jorge. I just popped it up real quick. I'll pull it up later, too. Yeah, Jorge, some of the recent ones, I'll pull those up later. Kazuya, welcome back, Kazuya. Got a good crew tonight. Rolling deep. Rolling deep tonight, no doubt. Hey, Matt P, welcome. Welcome to the stream. First stock. Oh yeah, good first stock. especially if you bought at the lows. It's been a hell of a unique play, Matt. So welcome to the markets. Hey Polygon, welcome back, Polygon. I hope you had a nice week. Oh, Polygon. So Polygon saying right. But there's a lot of people saying GME has already 3x, so it's not worth investing. What's the best one-line response to that? Ooh, I like the challenge, right? As you know, Polygon, I'll talk 3 hours for a response. I'll talk 3 hours for a response, but what's the quickest way? Is that you want it to be like you could argue that's not a good one because it's not a fair at some point pick any large cap company, right? At some point they were all three baggers, right? And they went up 100 like it ended up being whatever huge plays. But as far as what matters, what my actual response would be at Polygon, I don't know if this would be adequate, but it really comes down to what the discount is to fair value, right? And it doesn't matter if it's up 2x, 5x, or 10x. It doesn't matter if it's a GameStop or an Amazon. If the stock continues to trade at a material discount to what a fair value is of the operational business, then that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how much it doesn't matter. Oh, you'll know The Rock. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's super. That's your one-line response, Polygon. If they say, yeah, well, GameStop is already up 3x, so I don't really know if it's a good play, Polygon. Then what you say is, it doesn't matter. That's it. And then you just stop it right there. You drop the mic like this, and then you just leave the room, Polygon. That's what I would do. Yeah, welcome to the team, yo. Yeah, so that, and I think a lot, and some folks in the stream have shared this. They talked to some folks, and I talked to my family and some friends, and talking about the GameStop play, and many people were kind of just right off the bat, like a priori, like nah, that company's done for. I don't shop there anymore, and so forth. And I just think, but there's more to the thesis. In that was curiously, that was intriguing to me. Like I was a bit more motivated by that because then I started thinking, whoa. It could be that the masses are subscribing to a vastly incorrect story. Like it could be a little bit of a mass delusion, right? You don't see that too much where everyone is certain of a certain outcome, right? Of a particular outcome. Everyone is certain of a particular outcome. And I think, whoa, wait a second. Maybe they don't go some crazy major transformation. Fine. But to think that it's a bad play at $3-4 a share because you don't shop there anymore, that's incomplete analysis, or you know what I mean? Like that caught my attention. I'm like, whoa, it seems like a lot of people are just boom, bad play because of XYZ. And I think, whoa, there's way more letters than XYZ. XYZ is just a couple of them. There's 26 letters, and so that is kind of it's something I've been keeping tabs on over the past year or so, and so I'm not surprised by that. Who was saying that? Chris. I like a lot of people on the stream have seen the same. Even Uber recently was talking to some folks, and they were saying that. They were like, GameStop? Hell no, that thing's going bankrupt, isn't it? Even recently, you know what I mean? It's not. It's good to see that sentiment has been in the works, changing over the past couple of months. But as discounted as it's been, I mean, it's for my thesis, it's only at $1 billion market cap. And I just think it's and you see the short interest. I think, market hasn't really fully bought into this. And then what happened too is some people might incorrectly subscribe to a short squeeze. Short squeeze thesis, in which case that's not the thesis. That's just something that could happen. And then if the short squeeze doesn't happen or doesn't come to fruition, they may, there's nothing happening. And I'm just thinking, well, for once you have an actual serious thesis grounded in fundamentals and you have the short interest. And I just think, something, let me keep going. It's the same stuff. You hear me say the same stuff. I'm a broken record, but let me keep going. Okay, here we go. Jordan. Okay, Alex, welcome back, Alex. Oh, thank you, Alex. Alex says short interest update the day after earnings. The day after earnings, that's right. So the 8th is when they'll report, and then the 9th is when we'll get the updated short interest, which would be as of today. It'll be as of today. Oh, that'll be good. Right? Am I thinking about that right? Yeah. It'll be today. Sick. Okay. What's that monthly looking like? Oh, we got a monthly chart today. Sick. I mean, that weekly's looking good. I mean, there's always a little bit of wiggle room here. Don't pay too much attention to the fine line. Even I'm adjusting it based on recent action. You know what I mean? Like, there's a couple of candlesticks that are a little bit higher. Don't overthink this stuff. Just draw the damn line and move on. And then just watch the price. Be like, all right, this is an interesting level. I don't care if it's 15, 16, 17, just that area. You know what I mean? It's a couple above it, but I feel like it's a little bit out of date. I don't know. But, the monthly. Okay, so the monthly, you know what I mean? So right now, this on the if you're using the wicks, I plotted it. But if you move down to like this range right here to the actual candlesticks themselves, we're above it. Pick your poison. I don't care. Pick your poison. If you go to the candle, we're through it. If you use the wicks, we're not through it. Although the wick went through it today, don't overthink it. Just be like, all right, hey, Steve Stunk, check out this chart. Steve Stunk, check out this shit. Boom, boom, boom. Getting close, Steve Stunk, getting close. Steve Stunk had a chart. I think it's still intact, Steve. I think it's still intact. There you go, Uber. It was Uber. Yeah, Uber Uber lost all his friends when he was bullish on GameStop. Yeah. That's funny. Oh, Matt, welcome back. I agree, of course. I mean, if you do get some crazy, but that's the thing, Matt, is that if you do get a crazy short squeeze, right, it goes parabolic, of course, these little moves aren't that meaningful. But even short squeeze aside, if you get the tremendous turnaround that management is actively working on, that Ryan Cohen's trying to trumpet here, these moves are still going to look silly. It could just be that what's really in question for my thesis is the time scale. It's like the win. A major turnaround for the tremendous upside. That type of stuff takes time to execute for the masses, for the market, for institutions to really get on board with it. That type of stuff takes time. But in that light, if they succeed, man, I think even in that case that these little moves would be like, well, just to be clear, we've been saying, for those folks who have been involved with GameStop this whole time, we've seen moves. We've seen tremendous volatility. Look at this move. Look at this gap down. When was that? January. They changed their guidance, and then the up. What was this? And then all the way down in April, and but it's all. You look back on these moves, and then you see these moves were all between like 4 and 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 3, 6, 9. All right, but then now it's 15, 16, 17. It's ridiculous. Who cares? 4, 6. What does it matter? And now you're in like, you know what I mean? Like an edge that value investors have, right? Is that I don't have to deal with that. Now, and you might have your own style. That's okay. I'm just saying for my style and for many folks on the stream, those moves, as I agree with Matt, it's like these moves ain't shit. Okay, what do we got? Here we go. Oh, Kazuya. Was it 24 pre-market? No, it wasn't. Was it? No, it wasn't. 24? I thought I saw 20. But pre-market, y'all know, you got to discount. You got to discount that pre-market. It's got to be, you need some serious, that's what I do. I got to discount. It don't count for me, the Roaring Kitty model. Let me just see what do I get after hours? Oh, maybe I'll be able to get it. Oh, I see a high of 2011. I see a high of 2011. Okay, right here. Let me pull it over. Is this today? Oh, that's the VWAP high. Oh, that's the VWAP high. Oh, what was the high? Does it say? Was it? Oh, what was it? I'll take. Damn. That'd be something over 24. You know what? Just for shits and giggles. You know what I mean? Oh, can I go all the way down? Oh, sick. Nah, okay. Whatever. Okay. If it was 24, thanks for the heads up, because I didn't see 24. But that pre-market stuff, right? It's all based on volume, actual daily action. Something, it's reportable, right? Of course, Kazuya, right? You see me looking after hours. Shits and giggles. Take a peek at it, right? And certainly that big of a jump, that's indicative of maybe people really getting on board with this stuff, right? Okay. Oh, Justin's going to write an article. Sick. What do you got? Oh, before earnings. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so you're debating on whether before or after. Ooh. Well, Justin, with your how much you can write, you might be able to do both. Well, I mean, this is Justin, you know what I mean? I suspect Justin probably has tons to say about it. You know what I mean? He's as well read in the company as many folks, and that's all I'm saying is like you probably got enough material, Justin. You got so much to say, like myself, that you could probably do both. But I'm also concerned to have one mostly. That's tough. Maybe for your time, Justin. Maybe you just wait for earnings. But that's the thing, Justin. Who knows? Like, what if it's a crazy earnings report? And you might have so much to say on it. That's the thing. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Selfishly, right? Selfishly, Justin. So I'm like, I want to read what Justin has taken the time to write. You've written so much, man. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, Eduardo. Searing. Let's go, Searing. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm seeing. Yep, a lot of bullishness out there. TM, welcome, TM. Yeah, welcome everybody to the stream. We got a good turnout here. Welcome everybody, huh? I mean, if we're gonna get a good turnout, right? Weeks like this, let's do it. Let's do it. To those new to the stream, believe it or not, we talk other stocks, but GameStop is as this turned out, we said it was the stock of the week or the month, but it's the stock of the quarter now. And then the story just keeps unfolding. We're like, we got more shit to talk about. There's so much to talk about. It's okay, so David says after. Well, that's the thing. If I have to choose, I want after earnings too, because I want to see Justin's take after. That's a good point, David. You know what I mean? If we got to choose one, I'm gonna choose after. I want to see all Justin's thoughts. Okay. Okay. What happens if they? Yeah. What happens? Well, I don't know. That's the thing. So Matt says, what happens if they do? If they don't have a blowout quarter or great guidance? But the question is, what's priced in? Is it priced in? Is a blowout? Are you suggesting that this is a rhetorical question, Matt? But is a blowout quarter priced in, or is it not priced in? You know what I mean? That's the tough analysis, and that's why you see a lot of volatility heading into earnings. It's very reasonable volatility because the market's like jumping all over the place because they're trying to do their best to try to price in, figure out what's priced in, what's not. But I don't know. We'll have to see. But indeed, I mean, if it were a bad quarter, then you might expect a pullback, right? That's kind of natural, especially for a stock like GameStop where it has. But wouldn't it be something if this were the first quarter where it popped on earnings, right? Because for the first, what I would say is going into this quarterly earnings, right? Not to get not even forget the forget the Q3 models just for a moment. Just talking sheer sentiment and setup wise going into it. Going into this earnings release, this is the first earnings release you're going into where you have like a tremendously bullish setup on the. First of all, let me just start with this. For those who remember, going into Q2 earnings, so far, we're kind of the current setup. Well, we need to give it a couple more days. It echoes the run up into Q2. What do I mean by that? Here was the run up into Q2. Let me zoom in a bit. For what this is marginal analysis. This is marginal analysis. It's just something I was noting. You had a big breakthrough in this spot. You had a big. I just do the weekly. That's easier. Because I kind of moved the box. Daily's better. You had a big breakthrough from a form of resistance, that $6, $7 range. Ryan Cohen filed his letter about 2 weeks before. It broke out that level, and then it kind of settled down. Then they reported earnings, crashed back down into former resistance, which is now support, and then popped off the week after, right? Now here you go. You got another. The resistance isn't as big, but you broke through a relative resistance level in that 16. It hasn't. Let's see where it gives it the next couple of days, but if it holds this week and it keeps on going, it looks a little bit like Q2. And in theory, it's not this isn't a prediction. You could retest, right? Remove GME, but then you can retest and then bounce off that. But this time, besides just the chart itself, you have a lot of other factors here, right? You're going to have a quarter that is going to have tremendous year-over-year performance. You didn't have that in Q2. You haven't had that. You've had tremendously shitty year-over-year performance for as long as I can remember in GameStop. It's been shitty. Now, for the first time, you're going to have possibly like terrific performance, right? But it could be even very eye-catching if they start talking about Q4 a little bit, right? And then you have the Ryan Cohen letter too, where Ryan Cohen's going to be, maybe they even respond to Ryan Cohen, who has really talked up the fair value of GameStop. Like I said, back in going into Q2, no one really took this tremendous upside seriously. This is why this letter was important. You give a face, you give a face to this upside. It's not just us folks on the Roaring Kitty stream here. It's not just us. We're not just some crazy folks talking about. Here's Ryan Cohen. Actually believes in him. He is such a success with Chewy. And you have that going into this, where people are thinking about that now. And that's what I mean. The market is digesting some of this stuff and going into it, where sometimes if the market's wearing those rose-colored glasses, you just give them a reason and look no further than to Q2, where, yes, their initial reaction was a pullback, but so the F what? We're twice as high as that now. You know what I mean? Like, and there's been no quarterly performance that's been reported. So knee-jerk reaction, I'm less like, I don't know. Yeah, could do this, could do that. And I'll take a guess. I'll tilt one way or the other. But then I'm like, what really matters are the fund. Where is it heading? Where is it heading in Q4? What are they going to, even if they don't provide specific guidance, is the tone bullish? Hey, we've really turned stuff around. Look at the impact that our SG&A cuts had on Q3. Imagine what they're going to have on Q4. This Ryan Cohen guy doesn't understand. We're executing on all these fronts. Look at here. Look at there. Q4 is going to be blowout. We told you we weren't going to report guidance. Guess what? We are. I doubt that, but they announced buybacks too. Like all these different potential variables where they're like, F it, let's do this shit. Whereas before they were kind of just trying to get to the console. So there's other different ways it can play. It's really difficult analysis that I don't really have high conviction in. But I think about all these different things. That's all you do too. So many different, you know what I mean? Like it's real difficult stuff. But in the back of my, this is the cheat code. This is the cheat code for value investors, because I think about all these things, assign probabilities here and there, as many of us do, and then I think, yeah, but it's still undervalued. So I'll pull up these charts and I'll do all this thing. I do it. I'm not knocking it. I do it. But I'm like, yeah, but it's still undervalued. And in the end, value wins out. Value wins out. If you have calculated a fair value, and it is very reasonable in the ballpark of reality, the market will eventually reflect that. There's always a question of whether your value is truly reflected in value. That's fair. But if it is, the market will reflect it. It's often just a question of time. Sometimes it doesn't take all too long. And I think in the case of GameStop, it may feel like it's rising very quickly, but that's because it ain't done shit for such a long period of time. And now the market's trying to catch up to the story that's been being told and being executed on for the past 12, 16 months or so, something like that. And but so that's what I mean. Like, I think about all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, but it's only $1 billion market cap. It's only $1 billion market cap. And then you know what I mean. And then with the cash that they had on the book, we'll get an update. And then they paid off some of their debts. Maybe we'll get an update on that stuff too. Oh, when does it? Oh, it's gonna be filled. It's gonna be completed that tender offer is gonna be completed in the near future. Oh, there's so many different things. This is why this play going into earnings is much more than a 1-quarter earnings play. For me, some people make a living out of trying to play earnings, right? That's not my style. But I'm like, there's so much more to this thesis. It's always just a question of what is the market willing to price in at that time? Is there going to be enough information to change their thinking on some of this stuff? But looking out 3 months, 6 months, I just think, get out of the way. I think those free cash flows are coming, and we can disagree on the degree of upside. We'll disagree on that all day long. We're gonna have a hard time disagreeing with the downside when you start seeing free cash flows in Q4, Q1, Q2. Good luck trying to disagree with that. Those are real, and many of us think that they're imminent. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, but sometimes the market really needs to see it before it's willing to act on it. So I don't know. Let me get caught up. Yep, management. It does seem as though management might be a bit pressed by Cohen here. BCG, welcome back, BCG. Okay, Justin's. I appreciate you sharing this. 50-50 on Q3. Could surprise. It could be bad. No idea. Yeah, so I kind of agree with Justin. You know what I mean? Like Justin's like, yeah, could be bad, could be good. I'm kind of like Justin's kind of like where I tend to be, where I'm like 50-50. More so on the market's reaction to their performance. But Q4 is going to crush it, and I find it hard to believe they don't provide a lot of. It'd be nice. That's the thing. They specifically said they weren't going to provide guidance, but they could change their mind on stuff. That'd be something if they did. Imagine if they report. Imagine if they provide guidance on what Q4 earnings are going to be. That's going to take people by surprise, I think, if they did that. Oh, your first tweet. Okay, I missed that. Oh, he's going to write it. Sick. Cheers, Dustin. Cheers. Oh, the only reason I'm not thinking guidance is because they said that, Jordan, on the last conference call, that they weren't providing any more guidance for the rest of the year. Maybe at the time they weren't expected to receive a letter like this, but it's what they said. It's hard for me to assign a high probability to the opposite side if that's what they said. Yeah, Chris said that. Cheers, Chris. Beat me to it, as many people might have. Thank you. Okay, Alex, cheers. Thank you, everybody. Y'all know. Yeah, just keep on scrolling. Thank you, everybody. Oh, shit, it jumped. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yep. All right. It jumped on me, and the chat was too long. I'm at Michael Peterson. Welcome to the stream. I don't know. So if I missed your line, I apologize. I'll keep going. Man, that sucks. Oh, but you know what I could always come back. I could always come back after and you can check it out. But I can't respond to it. You know what I mean? I like to read all the comments. Okay, George. Welcome, George. Happy Monday. Gats. Welcome, Gats. Gats in the house. Keith Langfield. Welcome, mate. How is it not expensive? Oh, well, it comes down to valuation, right? It comes down to free cash flows. That's what it comes down to. Oh, Snow Carver. Sick. Cheers, Snow K80. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, see the Owl Crew here. Welcome, everybody. Snow Carver. You and Steve Stonk's GIFs are terrific. I absolutely love them. Well done. Welcome to the stream. I mean, and you just be posting sick shit on Stock Twits too. I mean, I'm liking yourself. Welcome though, huh? Great to have you. All right, 6, okay, dope. Short float is way too. We're looking at. Yep, extended short float. Yeah. Or shorts outstanding. Yep. Okay, comparing it to VW, right? Well, no, we'll certainly know in hindsight. Right? Oh, yeah, Jen likes them too. Sick. Yeah, they're dope. Held by few party. Yeah. The ownership structure might be a little bit different. Super Saucy. Welcome, Super Saucy. Welcome back. Eric, cheers. We got a good crew tonight. Rolling deep, rolling deep. Like I said, who cares? Who cares? I mean, that's not who cares rolling deep. That's who cares to the who cares person. Welcome. Brahma Bull. Cleese. Brahma Bull bullish on GME convert. Oh shit, that's what they should do. They'd be like, excuse me, GameStop bears. How do you feel about GameStop news? It doesn't matter. Zane, what up, Zane? Welcome, welcome. Right, that's the question. Has some of the future value been factored in, been priced in? I still wonder too how quickly they'll. That's the thing. So right now, I mean, you're getting some like a technical breakout. There hasn't been much material news on this front, right? But the Ryan Cohen, I think like part of this is due to the Ryan Cohen letter, as usual, right? I mean, some of that contributes to this move up, and the market is taking time to digest stuff. It's not that one day thing. But oh shit, where was I just going with that? I don't even know where I was going with that, but the market is kind of pricing. But it's those big, like, it could be like it is definitely deserving to be bid up based on the Ryan Cohen letter. But for a true, oh shit, I need to close my short position, or oh shit, I need to buy GameStop ASAP, you need a bit more than that, something on the fundamentals front. So Q3 could be a tee up for that, getting things rolling where people be like, wow, look how they did in Q3. That's actually way better than I was expecting. And they gave November guidance. That's actually way better than I was expecting. You know what? Maybe Q4, Q1, they actually are going to execute, and it is under. And that's a reason to be like, But then, you know what I mean? Like that gets people kind of re-rating the stock a bit, and then a legitimate, full, complete response. Although I don't know how much they can respond to this Cohen letter, but you know what I mean? Like for the market to really be like, I gotta close. I need a reason, a strong reason to want to do that. And I still think like price action itself, that's the thing. That's why it didn't hold today, but it's a step in the right direction to like break in 20 and hold in 20. And then I think, that's getting expensive to hold even in the absence of news. But if you're in that range and then you get news and then it pops to 24, 25, you know what I mean? Then I'm like, oh no, that's real. It gets tough. I think of the inverse. If you're holding a stock and you're down like 50, I mean, that's the thing. We don't know if folks are down. If GameStop has been a successful short for 5 years, and this is what I think people have just assumed that they were right and that they weren't going to turn around. But I mean, situations change, and let me keep going. Welcome, Dan. I'll keep trying to go so I can get caught up. Oh, there you go. Look at Michael. Michael says Ryan Cohen letter got his boy to convert as a bull. There you go. So, I think if we were to make an inference here, that I think that some other folks might be converted as well. Institutions take a bit more time, but it seriously gets the conversation going for the first time. Based on the rising short interest and the price action still hadn't gone all that crazy. We were in that $10 range. Yes, Ryan Cohen got involved, but people weren't really buying into it. So I think you might infer that institutions might get on board with this a bit more. It's going to, in time. Okay. Ooh, some of the. Oh, I keep on saying Porsche. I mean Porsche. I know. Porsche. I would do that automatically. But interesting to see the comparisons there, right? We certainly haven't seen it on the price action. We certainly haven't seen anywhere close to that. You know what I mean? Some people might think that, it's already up 4x, 5x, like Polygon was talking about. That's nothing. With the shorts, I still don't understand. Is the definition of short squeeze subjective? How do people say a short squeeze has happened? Because while I concede that visibility into the level of short interest might get people to act on that, right? The reflexivity, right? Well, short interest could create a short squeeze, so I'll get ahead of it. I get that part. But I always thought short squeeze itself, by definition, involves shorts closing. Is there another definition out there? Because I see it so much, I think, Have people just not looked at the data point, or do they define it differently? I'm kind of confused about that. But anyway, as long as the short, that's why we'll see. We'll get to see what it is November 30th. That's kind of cool because you're gonna see the breakout as part of that, right? That's gonna be good. It's not as of today. Oh, it's not going to be. Oh, thanks, Justin. Damn. Justin says that the short interest won't be as of today. It will be as of the 26th or 27th settlement day. Damn. Thanks for the heads up. That would have been dope. I mean, 26th or 27th is still good, right? Is it? Oh, I'll take that. That's still good. I mean, this is just one additional day. I'll take the 27th, though. There we go. Steve Stomp. Steve Stomp squeeze. December candle coming for you. December. Oh, yeah. That's how I felt. I felt like this, Steve. Do I still got that up? Y'all see this one? Anyone see this movie? Y'all see Snatch? Yo, Snatch is sick. That's how I was feeling, Steve, right? Kind of like the candles, right? Yeah, who cares says, yeah, TA is an art, not a science. Kind of like a lot of, even like a lot of investing approaches tend to be more. Sometimes it's hard to boil it down, even on the value front. Hey, Jonathan, what up, Jonathan? Welcome. Cheers, Jonathan. FaZe Tom, welcome. Yeah, we got a good crew, huh? Oh, I just jumped. Oh, I just jumped. Steve Stomp. Oh, I just jumped. Great use of that. Cheers. I'm happy Steve approves. Sick. I know. I just thought this might be easier just to put into like calendar form, Steve. All right, let me hop back up. Oh, damn. Am I far behind? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I jumped again. All right. Okay. I can't be that far behind, right? Okay. Because Ryan Cohen's waiting in the wings. Sure. Okay, the fair value stuff. Yep. Debt payoff. Yep. Sounds like, yeah, I know. As Cleese is saying, hey, yeah, they paid off their debt. Must be really bad Q3 numbers, right? Sarcastically, as many folks were saying, like that could be an indication that it was a decent quarter, right? Of course, I think they were probably going to do it anyway, but even still, I think it's a good sign. I agree. Harold, what's up, Harold? It's still early on that breakout. I like to see some follow through. I like to see it hold and everything. We'll see, but a good step. I mean, look at these 3 days. It's even more than that. Oh, it's been up for like a couple of weeks. Yeah, incentive to gas. Talk about the incentive give guidance. I agree. And to be clear, the incentive to give guidance is to kind of quell some investor concerns in light of this letter, right? This management team, without this letter, would almost certainly not give guidance. They are not that. They don't care. They are taking their time. Of course, Ryan Cohen critiques them as not attacking this with urgency, but they're kind of the type that goes, I don't really care. I don't care how you react to quarterly performance. And this is what I've been saying. For better or worse, that has been their reaction, and that's a big part of the reason the stock continues to sell off after every quarter. But now that could be a response to Cohen. Okay. Steven. Welcome, Steven. Cheers, Steven. Oh, yeah, 30 would be nice, please. Bent. Welcome, Bent. Happy Monday. Oh, Steve Stunk thinking Cohen makes a move beforehand, huh? Or regardless of how earnings are. Whoa. Keep doing his bad. If it's good, he can stay. Interesting. Thinking about price action could influence it. I don't know. Okay, interesting. I agree, Polygon. That last and the thing was, we were live streaming that night, weren't we? I think we live streamed that night, Polygon. Yeah, it was the night. We live streamed that night, and our take was it was a decent quarter, right? The thesis was still fully intact, and I'm pretty sure it was down 10% after hours, and then it fell after hours, but it was a buying opportunity, right? It especially on a technical front, it had just broke out of that range. It goes to retest the former resistance, which now can act as a form of support, and of course we were inching up on the new consoles. So it was just a classic. It was a classic buying opportunity for a number of these reasons. I agree, Polygon. Yeah, a lot of potential bullish aspects here, no doubt. Yeah, Q2 how traumatizing. It was good. It was decent. It wasn't like we still wanted more. I remember saying that, like, I wish we had a bit more. They should have put the story together. But that's the thing, they didn't care. They're like, as far as they're executing on that stuff that they wanted to execute on. And I think that's part of Cohen in some of our critiques of them, even though they might be doing a terrific job on the aspects that they have been focused on. Yeah, so Clee's talking about confidence. I was talking to someone today about the confidence. Like, you can talk to people about stock tips and stuff, or stocks that you might be tracking. One of the most difficult variables to convey to someone else is your confidence. You know what I mean? Like, if you've done the work if you're being honest with yourself, but you've really dug in and you've really done the research, especially if you have the experience having done it before, that you can have high conviction in a particular play, that is really, really difficult to communicate to someone else because they don't have that conviction that you have. They didn't do the research. They could only accept it if they fully trusted in you, and that's a really difficult trust to procure. That's funny you mentioned that confidence, Cleese. We were talking about that today. It's, you know what I mean? Like, you can say you're really bullish on a stock. This is why I often talk about probabilities, right? Because if someone says they're 90% sure or something, or even 80% sure, then I'd be like, oh shit, that's really high. That's really high conviction. But even, I mean, it's one thing on the stream, but even if you're talking to other folks, it's really difficult. Even if you say that, they still might not appreciate how much conviction you actually have, and that's why when you eat your own cooking and stuff, that matters too. But we're just talking about that. It's really difficult to get that point across because how important it's so important for many of our investment styles to have and maintain the level of conviction and continually assess, make sure you didn't miss anything, make sure the thesis is still intact. And you can only do that by looking through everything and keeping it real with yourself. And I just think for some of the biggest wins, like so much of it. And if you check out my investment style video that I uploaded to the stream, I talk about this. Like, the number one variable is like confidence in the play. That's like the biggest variable of the biggest wins. Of course, there's so many variables that go into confidence, but it's that confidence itself where I got to keep it honest with myself when I'm analyzing a stock. I'm like, all right, Rowan Kitty, what's your actual confidence level here? And that's going to influence how big the position is, you know what I mean? Sizing of the position, stop losses, adding and trimming, and that type of stuff, how heavy I'll go. Like, it's such a huge part, and it's one of the most difficult things to get across to people. A little bit of a segue, but a really important one. I was talking about it today, and it's a big thing I think about. John, welcome, John. Yeah, a lot of people. I've been seeing a lot of people. Let me know your thoughts. Is it kind of feeling like that most people are expecting a pullback on earnings? Something to take note of. I've been trying to just feel, just informally, no official. I don't have a model or anything. I'm just like, kind of feels like a lot of people are betting on a pullback on the earnings call. Something I'm like, a lot of, when everyone's betting on it, right? And I don't know. I don't know what the takeaway is there. It's kind of unusual that, I don't know. I guess I was just surprised by how many people were kind of like, oh, this is gonna pull back. pull back under. And some people are just thinking through, right? You're just picking your highest probability outcome, even if it's only 60% likely, blah, blah, blah. I get that part. It's not lost to me, but I think, I just think, well, it's undervalued. And maybe the Q3 performance and any Q4 minor guidance in the Cohen letter, that's enough. Sometimes the market's looking for a reason. And as long as the Q3 performance ain't terrible, that's the reason. That's what I mean. So it's really difficult. But anyway. Oh, do we see another W? We got another W? Where's that at? Yeah, so Gat says, if I were GME, I wouldn't give the guidance if I could avoid it. Management teams would prefer not to give. Some of them would prefer not to give guidance. I guess not all of them. This management team would prefer. They would only do it because if their backs are against the wall. And I'm not sure they are. I think that they'll have to respond to it, but I don't think they respond to it in full. I don't think, me personally, I don't think Ryan Cohen is going to be satisfied. He's not going to get what he wants on the conference call. I don't think that. They'd have to do something else. Maybe they don't care. They're not like, too bad, Ryan Cohen. But if they were to respond, I think they would have to respond. I don't think they could communicate enough in a conference call to get that point across. So then I'm like, how do they respond, if at all? And I'm like, maybe they don't respond in earnest. And then how does Cohen respond, if at all, again? Kind of an interesting back and forth to watch here. Yep, so as Ben says, guidance shows confidence. You don't need to let all the secrets out. That's right. There's pros and cons to some of these things. Like in the case of they still have buyback authorization, they were perpetually incentivized, or should have been, to don't announce shit. Just keep it low. That's why when they didn't buy back, I'm like, you had that stock price so discounted for so long, and maybe there were good reasons for not doing it, but I think it's such a temporary opportunity. And then, but then now the price is bid up quite a bit. Oh, the index is up after hours. I'll check that. Let's see. A bit of a strong sell-off. It's green. Nothing crazy. Russell's kind of flat. What did it do? What did the market do today? Oh, okay. So it's just really the Russell. Well, you could argue, was the Russell overbought? Russell might have been overbought. Yeah. Russell's a little bit overbought, especially relative to the other ones. I don't think that's... I mean, it's notable, right? I mean, I saw it was down 2%. I'm like, what the hell? And that contributed partly to the GameStop pullback. But it was overbought on the daily. This is the daily. And I think it was one of the best. It was like one of the best November. It was some crazy. Oh, some of the stuff I liked. I don't know if it was in there, but I definitely saw some stuff that was suggesting like the Russell performance and some of these values. Like it was some of the best performance it's ever seen. One of the best months it's ever seen. I'm like, that's noteworthy, but you do for a pullback. That can happen where things can't go up, be super bullish forever. Sometimes they need to retest, regroup, even GameStop. And look, it was overbought. And when was it last overbought? December was a little bit overbought, a little bit of a pullback. Nothing crazy, though. And then this. And even today, look at that. Like you nervous about the Russell? It ain't shit. Nah, just to keep an eye on that. A little bit of a pullback. But see, it was just a bit ahead. It was overbought on the weekly. Is this the weekly? Oh, that's the daily. Let me just check the weekly. Just curious. All right, it's getting close. Nothing crazy overbought, but I don't know. If the relative trade is... If the transition is happening, it's looking out even a couple of months or a couple of quarters, it ain't nothing. Oh, yeah, okay. Talk about if we have a broader market rally rest of the week, yeah. Yep. Guess what I want them hearing all of a sudden, holy shit, GameStop crushed it in earnings and shocked the street after shorts, double down on bad numbers and no guidance. You know what I mean? The question is, what's the takeaway story from earnings? A lot of different things going on here. I'm going to give it a couple more days before I start thinking about it. I'll tilt one way. Okay, David thinks guidance. Yeah, I kind of agree with what Gat says. But that's what I think the extent of it. Gat goes, I bet they addressed the letter. They got to address the letter. And if they don't, analysts have to ask. If they don't, there's no way Ryan Cohen's not mentioned on this call, right? And I bet they go something like, we agree with Ryan Cohen with many of his points. We are implementing similar ideas and continue to communicate. That's what I'm thinking gets. The one thing that's a bit different is the personal attacks on Sherman. I feel as though he was kind of singled out a bit. I understand the board stuff, but Sherman in particular, that's the only additional thing that I would be like, oh, is he going to respond to that? But also, remember, Ryan Cohen wanted a publicly available type stuff, so they need to respond to that. But I tend to agree, Gats, it's probably something to that effect. Yeah, we're talking with them. But just to bring this up, but his specific request was for right here. In this spirit, we urge you to quickly provide stockholders with a credible and publicly available roadmap. You know what I mean? So it can't just be we communicate with him. He's asking for something more. But right, they're not going to get it. The call. Hey, Jay Booth. Welcome, Jay Booth. Adam, welcome, Adam. I feel like, see if I can get caught up. Okay, true Uber saying eventually reflecting very value. I don't know if that's directed to me, Uber, but yeah, it has taken many years, right? Some people are well, the stock's done this over the past couple of months, and Uber and I, and Justin, and many other folks are like, yo, this is taking a long ass time to even get to this point, right? Blessed Spear, welcome, Blessed. Yeah, they gotta. I don't know if they addressed it in detail, but it's gotta be addressed. I agree with that word. Right, exactly, Eduardo. That's right. The tone, you got it. The tone is what needs to be responded to. Oh, John says I'm never catching up. Oh, John. Oh, I hope you're wrong. All right, I gotta go. Let me go quick. What time we got? 8? Okay. Okay. Yeah, you got to figure Cohen's probably talking to investors, right? You got to figure. Like we said, this letter was probably directed at the current and even future investors. Just have a conversation about GameStop, their current path, potential future paths, et cetera, et cetera. Get the dialogue going. He certainly, before if he were to do anything, say a board, go for the majority board slate or whatever it is, he'd want some investors on his side for sure. Yeah, with enough backing. You got enough investor support, you good. Hey, Aloha Search 1. Aloha, mate. Chris. Thank you, Chris. Oh, shit. Thank you, Chris. I've just realized I am almost a half hour behind. Okay. Thank you, Chris. That's actually helpful. I got to scroll. Oh, Malcolm. Welcome, Malcolm. Talk about could they announce another partnership, right? It's kind of fallen to the wayside because of the Cohen news. Can you imagine? We talk about this on Twitter. Imagine another major partnership announcement or something. Maybe it's not the base case, but anything else that, boy, if Cohen's letter in conjunction with some more Microsoft-like news, remember how the stock popped 40% in one day, but if you get some other news like that starts indicating to people that GameStop could reinvent itself and it could be here looking out 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I mean, clearly the Microsoft, I mean, it wasn't the stock price come back, but you get enough of those revenue streams, whatever it is, whether it's the console manufacturers themselves, game producers, marketing partnerships, any of that type of stuff, and people start thinking about it differently, and they go, wait a second, we got to value this differently, then forget about it. And earnings are an opportunity to announce some of that stuff, for sure. Then forget about it. Who cares? I should enable super chats. What's that? Trey was explaining to me. I usually can get some help. You know what I mean? To like go through some of the stuff. I don't know what super chats is though. How does it highlight which ones are the important ones? Don't you need like help to? I don't know. The channel will evolve. The channel will evolve. Still early days. So cheers to everybody in these early days. Welcome. But I drag my feet taking time to evolve. But I always appreciate the advice for that reason, because I know it can be improved in many ways. In particular, like a summary of the stream. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like some of the stream's too long to get a feel for. In-store console. So, Dusty, welcome, Dusty. Cheers. Happy Monday. Hope you had a nice week. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, shit. So, Uber saying super chats, too. Ah, shit. Maybe that was what Trey was talking about. Trey, I thought Trey said something else. Eric, what up, Eric? Otter, what up, Otter? Welcome back. You just missed it. You just missed it. Otter was just explaining the meaning of life and everything. He was crushing it, but you just missed it. Too bad. Robert, welcome back. We got everybody today, huh? Is everybody here? We're having a party. A Monday party. You don't have that too much. You don't have that too much. I know. So Gat says, if I'm GME, I want no good Q3 numbers, no guidance. If I'm Ryan Cohen, I want no good Q3 numbers, no guidance. Hey, Insurance Detectives, welcome back. Welcome up. I agree. Things are starting to heat up. Things are starting to heat up yet again. Yet again. And this is where valuation analysis helps, but also the chart type stuff, and looking good, looking good. All right, just scrolling through. Come on. Hey, thank you, Jorge. Thank you, Jorge. Huh? No trade yet. Jorge, we got a good amount of likes. All right, thank you, Jorge. And anyone else, if I missed anyone else, right? It's always great. I appreciate that. Right, Q4 is going to be really well. It'll be a question of whether it outperforms for sure. I mean, Q4 is going to be crazy. I mean, you see some of Rod's figures in his model, right? You see his base case? It's ridiculous. And you see his bull case? I can't. I'll pull it up, Uber. Rod's been updating this damn thing. Every time he gets an update, it's been great. And you can take a peek at it. Oh, good. It's right there. First 12 hours of Cyber Monday, sales rates lower than Thanksgiving Black Friday, but still significantly higher than quarter day pay. I mean, look at this. This base case, $5. How do you look at this not $5? Spare case is $3. You can disagree with it. Pick whatever you'd like to disagree with, no problem. But and then the bull case, $8. 1 quarter, stock price 16. Just nuts. Just nuts. Whew. Oh, Justin's. I think the short sales might not make it to Q3 a week out, Justin. Holy shit. What's the market? What's it doing after hours? It's holding up. Oh yeah, let me just take a peek though. If I just pop this up. Oh, I don't have it up. No, I don't. What's that after hour stuff? After hours, 300K. Not much. And the VWAP, $16. It ended at the VWAP high. Interesting. Is that right? Yeah, guess so. Wow, Justin, I really think that, huh? Ooh, it's definitely bullish. I mean, I'm with Justin. I think a lot of people might be focusing in on like the intraday action, right? And I think they might overweight that it was down. That's me personally. Call me biased. That's okay. But I think you break through to a new level if it holds and everything like that in light of everything that's going on. I mean, it's bullish. 52-week highs are bullish. It's not maybe not where you start your screen. So some people, someone said this on the stream. It's where they start their screening things, which I thought was kind of cool. It's not my style, but it's bullish. And that reflexivity type stuff, it's like boom, new high, and I don't know. Let's see where it goes the rest of this week. Justin says it's the danger zone. Oh shit. We're definitely close. We're definitely close. For me personally, that price action front, I want to see like a clean break, which this is step one. I mean, well, this is all step one, but like the clean break broke through. But like if it gets like if we end like hypothetically, right, end the week above 20, I mean that's starting to get a little bit. And then if it ever pops after that, you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of in agreement where we're at least approaching what could be danger zone. I don't know where that price action that can shake, but I don't know. It's hard for me personally to have super high conviction. I kind of because I don't know that stuff all that well. I just kind of form an opinion based on what the variables I'm seeing and stuff. I mean, at this point, I guess you could say I was wrong about the short interest being where it is, given the stock price at 15. I mean, that it was still over 100%. As I know, Justin thought this too. Like we used to be like, are we wrong? I mean, especially in April, where I mean, we had high confidence this whole time. But at some point, you need to ask yourself, am I on the wrong side of this trade? Because shorts aren't usually that wrong about a stock. You know what I mean? Now the stock has gone up 4 or 5x from the lows, and so at least we're not crazy. But like I said, I feel like it's a tell that a good chunk. We don't know who owns the shorts, or even if it's the same shorts and all that. But the high short interest itself, there was a tell they didn't close. They were betting on zero, and they didn't get it. And it may have moved up too quickly. But if that price action keeps rising, ooh, interesting, Justin. All right. Yeah. So Snowcase saying Snow Carver saying the same thing. Yeah. Intense is right. That's how I'm feeling when I see that. I'll say that. Okay, so Gats, I like this. So Gats says, I think they make it there. Okay. Think they get into it, get into earnings. Yeah. Oh, super saucy. Yeah, I do remember you saying this, super saucy. That a lot of us were kind of in this ballpark range. Super saucy specifically was calling out that 18-19 range. I'm kind of on board with that. We're here right now. Like it's a mistake to not that Super Saucy isn't doing this, but like it's a mistake to think it's one little line here, right? Because I put a box up here, or to think it's one specific round price point of 17 or something like that. It's a range, and we're in that. We're like in it right now. The market's trying to figure out, does it want to do this, want to do that? In theory, it could break out above 18, 19, and then if earnings were bad, it comes back down, right? Like that's a possible path. But if it breaks out and then surprises, then it's like that's it. It's like I think where in that some of the short position would have to be closed, but this is speculation on my part. You know what I mean? Like I say, I do all this analysis at the end of the day. I think, it's still undervalued. Even with this, I'm like, I do all this analysis and form an opinion. I think, I still have no idea what I'm talking about. Dangerous to bet on it, but it can be good to talk about it. Y'all know. Oh, next meme, Top Gun. Justin says, "Thank you, Justin. Thank you. I'll see what I can do with that." Danger zone. The danger zone. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, they're making a new one. Did you see that? They're making a new Top Gun. Although, is it delayed now because of everything going on? Flying through the danger zone. Oh, unless Steve Stunk. You might beat me to it. Steve Stunk. Okay, snow. It's okay. By all means. Jen's got a second right. I'd play it, but I don't want to lose the chat. I'll get a ping, a copyright ping. I'm too afraid to do it now that it happened a couple weeks ago. Whoa, you watched Top Gun for the first time yesterday. Sick, Jordan. Wow. So super saucy. How can you know? Like it's so super saucy is saying all the shorts are underwater, but I'm not convinced of that, and I'll tell you why. Is because this chart. All of them. I mean, that's kind of strong. All of them underwater? Isn't there? Aren't there some who could have been short? And this is not dividend. I'm sorry, I'm behind. I'm asking you a question, super saucy, but I'm way behind. But like, I don't know if they kept this trade on this long with the rates that they're paying, but I just think when I see a chart like this, I think that maybe some folks have been shorting this whole time. And like right here, like shorting from even from this 25 range, and we're down at 16. Isn't that possible that they've been doing that? I know they've been having to pay out. I'm just talking about the price point action itself. I'm not so much focusing too much on dividends. It's more just that just the sheer price level itself. I know, not to say that stuff doesn't matter. It does, but okay. Let me try to get caught up. Rob Wolf, welcome back. Welcome, Rob. Oh, I didn't get a chance to respond yet. I said, Rob, all caught up. You all caught up. Welcome. Yeah, cheers to breaking 19. I'll cheers to that, Rob, huh? It broke. That's a huge break. Oh, and if you just, maybe folks already saw this, right? But that intraday level of whatever it was, 19 plus, that was a almost 3-year high. 3-year high, June 2018. Right there. 2031. Or December 2017, right? Crazy. Market cap wise, we're still below market cap wise, right? They bought back a shit ton, but even still, I'll cheers to that, no doubt. That's some value investing, yeah. I'll keep going. I'm afraid to find out how far behind I am. What time is it? 8:30. Okay. Oh, here we go. Space Burrito. Welcome, Space Burrito. What are you saying? The GME narrative is totally changing. This stuff matters. Okay. Videos of people with beds. Yep. People seeing people waiting outside the store, racing through the mall. I saw a lot of that stuff right this past week. Black Friday, all the holiday sales. GameStop was crushing and tossing some stuff out there. The different sales and opportunities that they were offering. That gets people talking, right? The pre-orders, then the consoles, then the long-ass lines outside your store. It's taken a while, but that helps. It helps change that narrative. Of course, that's not the core of the narrative, but I agree with you, Space Burrito. Oh, so I'm behind. So, Joe, yeah, they can't. Yeah, short squeeze. I agree with you, Jordan. Okay, thank you, Jordan. I'm going to trust Jordan. Jordan says, stop talking about the short squeeze. If that's what they think, it hasn't happened, so just wrong, move on. I'm just going to listen to you, Jordan. Same here. Yeah. Oh, Gat's the same thing? Oh, you like him, James? Yeah, I get the blue type on here, huh? Feeling a blue type mood. Short squeeze is related to it depends on who the investor composition. Yep, there's been incremental closing of shorts and new shorts on top, right? It's this churn there. It's turning around. You don't know who's been short the whole time or whatever, but certainly at the margin. It's not like it's been the same 100% shorts that whole time, right? Yeah, I agree, Kazuya. So he's saying I think people just see the stock price going up. They say short squeeze. You know what I mean? The reflexivity type stuff too gets maybe people taking a peek at it, but they might have the wrong story. Oh, jeez, I'm only now down to snatch. Thank you, Steve. Oh, and it just popped ahead. All right, how far behind am I? Oh, boy. All right, it just jumped ahead. I apologize if I missed out. Oh, shit, I missed out on what people are really happy Justin said. Shit, well, I'm just going to roll. I'll be all right. There's no guarantee. I agree with Justin. They have a huge incentive to do that. All right, that's good news. I don't know what it was, but that's okay. He's going to move, have the cards in there. I can tell you how happy I'd be if you're right. All right. Well, shit. Damn. No matter what my thesis. Yeah, I think a lot of our. I agree with like. I mean, Ryan Cohen's the talk of everything these days, but I think a lot of our thesis was formed well before then. Man, this should I just jump ahead? I mean, now I can't even. Now it's like jumping ahead of me the whole way. Okay, especially later in the day. I don't even know what's going on. Oh, is Miles here? No, Miles. I didn't even see Miles. You see, people responding to Miles. Case is different. Rigo, what's up, Rigo? Welcome back, Rigo. Here we go. They're going to hold this. Okay. Pen stream. Jen, cruise control. Cheers, Jen. Thank you. Appreciate it. 44 likes. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if it bounces back tomorrow, like it holds this new level, that would be rough. That would be rough. Wow. Whoa, Justin. Oh, significant. This is intense indeed. I think there are significant odds that shorts don't make it to earnings. Whoa. Significant. Where's this chart? There was a lot of volume today. Whoa. I mean, then we're talking a week. 1 week forecast. Whoa. Oh. Ooh. Spicy take. Spicy take. Whoa. Okay. There you go. So Uber says, look at that model. Is my first ever. Cheers to Uber on that. His first ever full-on profit and loss that I published and haven't yet gotten told I'm crazy, except implied by others. That's great news. That's great news. No, that's right. And you did such a good job detailing all the different variables or assumptions that you made. It's very easy for someone to disagree with, but that's good. I mean, it's pretty damn bullish relative to the prevailing market cap, so it's good news. Oh, Trey's here. Welcome, Trey. Thank you, Trey. Cheers, mate. Thoughts on today's app? Okay, I'm gonna try to keep going. That Rod's base case is ridiculous. Where is it? Do I got it up still? Come on. There it is. Rod. Positivity begets positivity, reflexivity type shit. Yep, I'm on board with that. Oh, Rigo. People tell Rigo, maybe we should do that. I mean, if we get some crazy type squeeze, maybe we got to do 24-hour stream type stuff. You definitely know it's going to be a long ass stream. We reach that point, Rigo. No doubt. I mean, $50, forget about it. Nope, share of ecom could be larger. Oh, we could do, yeah, or Vegas one. Talking 20. 20's on the menu. 20 is on the menu now. First, people are going to be waiting to just see if it can recoup some of those, especially the late market losses, right? But that's a drop in the bucket. I mean, 20 is what? 20 is a 20% move. I mean, it's nothing. 20% move for this stock is. I mean, what was it up today? I don't even know what it was up today. But the big question is if it sticks. But okay. Yeah, I wonder how the shorts. I wonder what the shorts are thinking today. I do wonder that. I mean, do they think? What are they thinking? Like there's a temporary run up, like maybe just some brief FOMO or something like that. But I think Ryan Cohen's crazy too. It gets, you know what I mean? The case is just building against. The price action suggests the level of short interest is wrong. Ryan Cohen suggesting that they're wrong. I mean, but that's the thing. As we said before, the Ryan Cohen letter also validates certain aspects of the bear thesis. I'll just say bear thesis, but you know what I mean? That stock was at almost $20 today. Look how it can happen like that. It didn't stick, but I kind of agree with people are talking about. Like, what are you thinking about right now? Like, you think it can't happen again, or it won't ever hold? And I just think, I don't know. And now it's above $1 billion market cap. It's getting on. It's increasingly getting on people's radars, including institutions. And I think the thesis is only strengthening. I don't know. And I think that because a big part of where the stock is currently trading is sentiment, negative and bearish sentiment that has persisted for so long. And I mean, they think it's more maybe discounted lower free cash flows and stuff. But I think that's wrong. In which case, price action wouldn't impact that. You know what I mean? But I don't think that's right. Okay. All right, let me keep going. All right, people thinking 20 tomorrow. Hey, that'd be nice. Oh, the new Top Gun got canceled? I could have sworn I saw a trailer for the new Top Gun. It's canceled? Damn. Oh, no, it's not? Okay. Oh, next year. Okay. Maverick. Right. That's it. Okay, people talking short stuff. Trying to scroll through. Oh, yeah, did he got to look at Rod's graph of short interest versus price? Does he got it? He's posted it a number of times. Is it nearby? I've pulled that up a number of times. I don't know. Oh, can I just go to his media? It's a good chart. I like it. I don't know when you posted it, Rod. Oh, I'll take this. Oh, I'll take this. Oh, yeah, I saw that. People connecting with Rod. That's sick on his model. Oh, I missed that, Miles. Thank you, Miles. Cheers, Miles. Welcome. I think you posted that shorts are down 900 million mark to market today. Wow. Oh, I missed that. This is the type of stuff I'm curious about because I just don't know enough about it. People have been talking about how it just becomes an expensive position to maintain, especially when it's working against you. And as far as like the bull thesis goes, and you get your fair value type stuff, right? But there's the case of like, if you are right, if the bull thesis is right, especially the bull thesis of some of us on the chat, I just think it's hard to think that the upward, I mean, first of all, if you haven't even achieved fair value, that's the first thing. But even still, if let's say you did achieve your fair value, even got a bit beyond, if there's still tremendous short interest outstanding, doesn't it seem like there's still room to run? You know what I mean? Like I've been thinking about that. I don't think I've ever, I mean, I haven't dealt in a stock with this much short interest relative to the shares outstanding before, but I'm thinking to myself, how many shares are there still short at this time? I think those are future buyers because, again, like I said, I feel as though the bull thesis is strengthening, in which case they'll have to buy. For me, it's maybe just a question of at what time, how quickly do they have to? But I think, it's getting expensive, Miles, right? I mean, that's what a lot of us are saying. Maybe that's specifically what Justin's getting at too, I think. Wow. Down $1 billion, right? Exactly. I mean, I have no idea what they would be down, but I mean, it starts to just be an expensive position. 67 million shorts. It's the level of it. Like maybe some of them are being closed. I've said this many times. If you're an individual retail investor, you could never put that position on without being properly hedged. You just couldn't do it, which is why I've been curious if I'm just missing something. It's like, by definition, a risky position. It could be effectively hedged, and then it's far less. Or you can be very certain that you can get out without issue. You know what I mean? In a way that I couldn't have that certainty because I don't have the experience. But if you have that, you'd be like, whatever, Roaring Kitty stream. Who cares? We know more about this than you do. Could be right. But otherwise, if it's like me trying to put that trade in, I'm like, it's dangerous. I'm way behind. Y'all probably educate me on this right now. I see you going back and forth. I'm trying to scroll through. Jekyll and Hyde. Rod and Uber. Jordan. Hey, Markel. Cheers, Markel. Yeah, I think we had the most viewers today, huh? Sick. Thank you, insurance detectives. All right. Oh, we almost at 50. Who's going to be the lucky 50? Trey says just helps her in the algorithm from. Oh, there we go. Who's the lucky 50? All right. No, this Trey right there. Thank you, Trey. 91, 51 likes. Hey, all right. Okay. Even Miles, you made me feel a little bit better. Miles having a tough time keeping up with the. Oh yeah, Justin. Yes, this is okay. Just talk about a nuclear bomb. I'm with you on this one. I can get on with this one. A nuclear bomb on the earnings release. Yes, I like it. Oh, now Justin, I'm like, post your article before earnings. You know what I mean? Like, there's a ton. I feel like there's a ton of stuff that could function as a nuclear bomb, right? It's not to say that any of them are like definitely going to happen, but I just think, we always talk about optionality, right? I mean, Justin knows, and like, there's optionality on what the hell could come out of this Q3 earnings release. And so you think there's going to be something that comes. Like, I've been trying to price that in, you know what I mean? Like, how likely is it that they drop a bomb on this call? And market's trying to play catch up a little bit here, right? Stock's undervalued. Whoa. Gets. Tempted gets. Jerry wants that too. Super saucy. Cheers, super saucy. We're doing the stream on all Madden tonight. Stream too fast to keep up. Good luck. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Hey, Nicholas. What up, Nicholas? Oh, Trey's at 425. Oh, I missed 420. Oh, thanks for the heads up, Trey. I was going to try to take a screenshot at 420. I missed it. I think I earlier today was at like 418 or something. I'm like, ooh, sick. Maybe 420 coming soon. All right. Cheers. 425. All right. Trey informed me that 100 was a big number. I don't know if there's any other big ones, but welcome, everybody. Sick. Well, some people don't want the squeeze. Okay. Randall. Welcome, Randall. Uh-oh. Oh no. Did I lose? Oh, I did. Okay, it jumped on me, but I'm not that far behind. I didn't miss out on shit. Okay. Come on. Oh, shit. Okay. Tragic. What up, Tragic? Welcome back. Ryan Cohen before Q earns, then you see why shorts might get before the. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let me go. Oh, Jorge. Okay. Okay. I'll do a quick chart. I'm trying to get caught up, but let me see. Okay. So let me pop this up. Jorge. I'll give a quick analysis. Ooh, that's a bad. I kind of like the longer term stuff, Jorge, as you may know now. So this chart looks real rough, right? There was clearly some major news. At this point, this chart looks very risky to me, right? You had a big pop, but this isn't like I always say, it's important for these moves to hold. As soon as it popped up, then you had a big green candle, which means it closed down where it opened, and then red, almost like it's coming back down. Now again, Jorge, as you know, it could be there's a legitimate thesis here, and the fundamentals are really what matter, especially for a chart looking like this. But at least based strictly on the chart, this would need to hold for someone like me. The move needs to hold, and you just had one big. Well, I should clarify it. You had one big day, but now it's kind of coming back. It looks real iffy to me. So if I saw this, I probably wouldn't dig in deeper. For what that's worth, Jorge. Again, doesn't mean it's not a forecast. It could still go up 10x. I don't know if there's a legitimate thesis there, right? GameStop's chart looked terrible for a long ass time. You got to dig in and kind of see, like I think some bears maybe didn't do. Complacency, right, Rod? Oh, there we go. People sharing some thoughts on Rod's variables. That's terrific. Oh, Uber clarified. Yeah. Oh, Trey, I'm definitely going to do that. So Trey's saying I got to play more video games. I actually, it's been a while since I've really got into video games again. But indeed, if we get a quick, especially if it rises quickly, Trey, I seriously plan on gaming quite a bit more. We could maybe all game. Maybe all yours legitimate or frequent gamers, I should say. Maybe we'll all game together. That'd be funny. If every 25, definitely, Trey, definitely. Shorts are stubborn. Yeah. Yep. I'm with Jordan. Hey, 25 be good, and then more. Yep. Steve Stonk. GME eats 20% moves for breakfast. No shit. No shit. Here we go. Okay, I appreciate this, Gat. So what's Gat? I was telling Gat saying the shorts think that they can weather it, right? And so we've been talking about, as Gats knows, Gat's been on the stream a number of times, right? But we've been talking about how the shorts, in some way, you see rising short interest or even maintaining the short interest to help control the narrative to a degree. That I think if there's new longs or there's new opportunities to short, you can short and you can contain the price action to a degree. I'd argue at least maybe some of that was going on, but again, there just wasn't that many buyers. And so Gat's saying they think they can weather a jump in the price. They can control the price even by using new longs to borrow and drive down. Okay. That's what I mean. But if you get these some legitimate buy interest in stuff and people who are going to hold, but indeed, I'm on board with this, Gats. And that's what I mean. For the real legitimate bona fide short squeeze, they gotta want to close and be like incremental shorts. Nah, cut it. In which case, that kind of takes like a revising their long-term outlooks of the business model. Okay, put yourself in the short sales. Let's say this goes back up to 18, 19, 20. Okay. Are you seriously going to hold it into earnings? I know. They too, like I said, Jeff, they too, like many other folks, are kind of betting on a pullback into earnings. You know what I mean? So they maybe, hold on, I'll keep reading. But that's my first thought, is that I even feel like some longs are kind of betting on a pullback. So maybe it wouldn't surprise me if shorts would too. Let me keep going. Oh yeah, we got another cup and handle going, right? I mentioned that in one of my recent tweets. Cupception. I mean, it's cupception all over the place here. Okay. I don't think that Justin doesn't think they do. Indeed. It might not. Right, if they try now, at this point, they try to exit in a big way. I mean, they can exit marginally, incrementally, or whatever word. Start to cover. I think they start to cover to get out before they. Okay, so they have to cover. Wow, Justin. Ooh, major panic. Spicy take a spicy meatball, a spicy. Well, usually you use the pepper for the emoji. December. I mean, this is a week out. That's why that's, you know what I mean? That's right. There's a question, a degree of covering, right? Is it just 5-10% of the short interest? What is it, a good chunk? This would be a painful bounce back for the shorts, right? I mean, you break 19, it pulls back. What's that for a pullback? Over 10%, 15%. It's a big pullback intraday, and then it bounces back to like right back into it. Oh, it's painful. Like I say, if it's bullshit, like remember saying, if the Microsoft news is bullshit, that's okay. It will sell off and it won't come back. But instead, the sell off, it kind of bottomed out and then held, kind of validated the move. Now you get this pop off, and now maybe the shorts are like, nah, this thing can hold. But if it holds or even takes it back out, oh, that's got to be painful. You think the odds that the shorts run for the hills prior to Q3 are very high? Wow, Justin. Cheers. I appreciate you sharing. Very high? Wow. What? It's like, you think then it's price action, right? Because it's like, why haven't they haven't covered yet? They held all the way right up into it. What's the incentive to cover now? Because now we're in the danger zone. That's what you're getting at. I get it. Okay. They will not want to take the risk. That's what I mean. If everyone, including the shorts and long, and everyone's betting on a pullback in earnings, if it goes the other way, painful for a lot of folks. Longs who might have trimmed, and shorts who maintained, and then you got some aggressive buying. I mean, compare it with news and material news. Wow. Justin talked about longs today, talking about de-risking. I did see some people thinking that, yeah. And again, there's always trading opportunities all throughout, right? I mean, there's opportunities to add, there's opportunities to trim. I mean, that part, that goes with any stock, depending on where the trading range is, right? But Justin's saying maybe people like de-risking is almost stronger than a trading opportunity. Interesting. Okay, Regal thinking half of the short interest needs to cover. Wow, that would be wow. That's right. So, and then Nick asked why the last minute. I think Justin would say the danger zone. They weren't expecting. You know what I mean? I think some of it, at least some of it, has to have been betting that this was all a bullshit move, and it just wouldn't give up the gains. Like I posted that when I posted that tweet of the Austin Powers. Why won't you die? And I think a lot of them are like, it's going to die. This is a bullshit move. It's one of these 2020 stocks that's and then it's going to give it up. And I just think it ain't. It ain't. It could benefit from being classified as such, but and I think some of them might die. And like it never really did. Like this run up was very quick, right? For then the Ryan Cohen, and then boom, you're at like 10. You're like 9 to 10. You're there. It just doubled. It's like okay, well, Ryan Cohen, he doesn't know what he's gonna do, and then you get the Microsoft news, and then you're betting, and it never like held the former held the former. It wasn't really resistance all that much, but interesting. Okay. Wait, it's not canceled, right? Jordan, hold on. It ain't canceled. I saw a trailer for it. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, so Jordan's saying they could have de-risked at 4 or 5. Why do it now before possible bad Q3? I think they stayed to fight. It's a tough call. Like Justin would say. I mean, I'm Justin. You probably already responded, but like the situation has changed since 4 or 5. The price is quite a bit higher. They felt maybe they had higher confidence back when it was 4 or 5. So the situation's changed a bit. But it's like, I wonder why they wouldn't have trimmed a bit more these past couple of weeks even, you know? Why wait to that last week? But and then the counter argument to that would be, I'm playing devil's advocate, would be, well, the breakout to this new level. I mean, 19? And they'd be like, now, oh shit, what if there is something? What if there is a big news event? I mean, I don't think it was likely that the stock pops 40% on a news item again, but who knows? I remember, even if you're not closing, other people might know that you have to close. You know what I mean? That's why that it's a newsworthy item, because all right, okay, come on. Yep, Jordan. See, Jordan already knew. Jordan knows this. Jordan's been on these damn streams since we were kicking things off. As Jordan says, the story is now more solid, of course. Yep. Yep, Justin says the same. Yep. Come on, let's go. So Trey saying, if I'm not, Cohen still see this as a buyout price point if we're seeing better price action. Thoughts on that? It's always, yeah. I mean, I mean, I didn't think that was necessarily the likely outcome, Trey. But that's the thing. As it gets more expensive, it declines a little bit. But I think Cohen would probably still say it's still cheap. But yeah, price action impacts that. Oh, hey Rob, that the cutoff date in those, what'd you say, Q3 earnings? It will be through roughly October. Oh, GME is the life for me. Yo ho ho, and a new Xbox console. I know. I feel like they've been Eduardo talking about they can wait for Q3 bad results and hope it goes down. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of getting. I agree. How many times can you do that? Do they got 9 lives? Thank you, Trey. no doubt I owe a good chunk of the likes, maybe if not most of the likes to Trey himself. Belongs to the only ones. Okay. Optionality, lots of optionality, lots of optionality. Uh-oh. Okay. It jumped on me, but I'm not. Okay, let me keep going. Come on. Junior investor, welcome. Yep, I agree with Jen. Stressful setup. That's what beep boop boop boop. Do I get the robot? Oh, I don't got it. Oh, my daughter has it. I agree, Jen. Jen's saying how stressful it is to be in that position, that be maybe down potentially significantly going into. The current setup. It's just super stressful, and that's why we've been joking. Beep boop boop boop. Who could be on that side of the trade unless it's just some robots? You just got robots beep booping, bopping, booping all over the place. Who would just have no emotions. You know what I mean? I keep thinking maybe they have a plan, but now maybe they're just beep boops, boop boop beeps, and then the bull, and then they can be bulls too, and then they're battling out like it's a Terminator showdown. You got like Terminator and T-1000, and what side are you on? Like that's like I said, you're a retail investor just watching this. You're like you'd be freaking out, but you're a beep boop, maybe less so. Yeah, it's odd that they wouldn't have even trimmed. It's odd they wouldn't have trimmed yet. But then even this move kind of happened quick. But even still, that's why we don't know if they trimmed. But like this move, we were just at 11, and then we're at 19, less than 2 weeks. Oh, 1,000 subs. Thank you, Trey. Okay, so you get to 1,000, then you can monetize. I think you told me that before, Trey. Okay, I forgot that. Hey, Sabu. Welcome, Sabu. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Like they could have, but look at the move. Hey, Justin's saying the same thing. The move was quick. I thought they could get to Q3, and Q3 would be bad. That's right. Justin just said the same thing. It was a quick move. There you go, same exact thing. Maybe it was worth the risk at 11 to 12, but this stock just jumped to 17 in a couple of days. Cheers, Justin. That's what I'm seeing too. And not much time passed, and so like it was these 3 days. You're at 11 and 12, and then it was at 14. You think boom, 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 and then if at the same time the story might be changing. It's a little bit of it's. They must like to have seen the pullback. And that's the thing. IWM was down almost 2% today, but the late day sell off, they were probably encouraged by that. But that's the thing. If it pops tomorrow, especially if it pops back, it's kind of painful. You kind of don't want it to bounce back. I mean, obviously, right? But it's painful if it bounces right back up tomorrow. I'll tell you, you want this to be like a one-day blip. But 2 days, 3 days in the 17, 18 range, I think that's what Justin's getting at. It's like, then you're like, I'm going into earnings at this price level? I can't. I like this. And then Jordan saying doesn't see them covering. I like this back and forth. This is good. The Bulls are convicted on Q4 and can wait it out. Yep. What if Bulls get spooked? Sure. Those marginal holders, we've seen it happen multiple times. Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Not too much there. Boom, boom. Oh, Hugo. Hugo, I'm going to miss it. That one I actually did want to add, like I talked about, because I didn't do it yet. The robot. Oh, my. I can't, Hugo. You did tell me that. And whatever. Damn, Hugo. I think I pulled up the other ticket you mentioned. One more major decline. Wait, one more major decline. The shorts couldn't cover. Okay, want to risk it all on whether or not management give really amazing Q4 guidance. Yep, Miles struggling to see that level of short interest too. Daniel, what's up, Daniel? That's right. Matt, what's up, Matt? I don't care. Management gives. Right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I see. Well, we'll know soon enough. This is the spicy thing about 1 week forecast. You know what I mean? We'll see soon enough, which makes it kind of exciting. Justin's saying like I agree with Justin's take. Like the longs feel they're convinced Q3 is not going to change much. Shorts feel the same way. I agree with that. The Q3 ain't going to change shit unless it was huge shitty performance. But that's really difficult to assess considering it's going to be tremendous year-over-year comps. You know what I mean? That's hard to. It's a more difficult case to make when you have comps that look like that. So then it's just like a question of the price action. It's like, oh. Oh, thank you, Trey. Oh, Jorge. Yes, Jorge. I checked out the chart. I checked out the chart. I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes ago. My bad. Yeah, about a smart bounce back to 19 and a break of 20 after this pullback. Painful. But and it's only 20% away, but they need to be. Man, let's see. Talking margin calls. Yeah, today should have been a wake-up call. I agree with this. This was, I mean, that was a big gap up. To, I mean, it ended up coming right. Didn't it open in 18? Right, right there. That's what the candle. It opened at 18. Big gap up. I kind of agree that it should be a little bit of, hey, what are you doing here? Did you forget we can do this? What are you doing? Yo, can you be that convinced that it can't hold? I don't know. Hugo says some big fund who's short in GME lost their password and they can't cover because they can't get into the computer to make the trade. That's funny. Oh, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Welcome to the stream. It's not a typo. Why? So Jamie says, why does it say that? Why does the title of this stream say GameStop cracked 14? It cracked 19 today. That's a terrific question. I put this together a week ago when it had just cracked 14. Look at this. Now like I said, we're only 20% higher, but it did crack 19. So it's only because I put it together last week, Jamie. But that's good. That's a good thing to see that it's that inaccurate in this direction. Oh, Trey. Thank you, Trey. Trey answered me. I should just scroll. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, that's true. Uber stressing the importance of it's the market cap, it's the value of the company that it's why this stuff starts to get more expensive. 1.1 billion. What is it? Is it 1.1? 1? Close to 1.1. Oh yeah, Justin's saying how like the other when other shorts start to cover too, they add the buying pressure that drives the price up, and then if there's any giant holders, giant short positions, then they may have to close because of that closing. You know what I mean? Hmm. Okay. JK, welcome JK, saying no violent squeeze like everyone's thinking. If there is one, it will be a slow burn similar to overstocks, which is what some of that we've talked about. If even if there were a squeeze, does it have to be a parabolic move up or would it be a slow burn? We talked about that. Where they do, or if they do, if they do cover it, they have plenty of time to cover over time, and it just has a it takes that violent squeeze to beat them voluntarily. Right. That they might JK kind of getting at they won't close. Why close? But because it would just exacerbate the situation for them. All right, just scrolling through. Oh, that's the title. Well, potential GameStop. Do short sellers gamble careers on Q3 earnings or de-risk? Oh, you got to get it out. Oh, it's already written? Oh, you got to get it out. How long does it take to publish? Do you got time? They will cover just slowly playing the daily volume. Otherwise, you'd be right. I know that's the question too. Do they got plenty of time to do it over time? That's the thing. If the price corrects smartly, though, they might not. Oh, okay. Take over. Okay. That was huge. Long was trigger the squeeze and then reap the rewards. Yeah. Hey, Josh Klein, welcome. Welcome to the stream, Josh. I seen you around there. Welcome. Josh on Seeking Alpha and on Twitter. I've seen some of your posts. I think I'm often liking them. Welcome. Happy to have you. Oh, Josh, did you? Josh, you may have even written a GameStop article. I kind of forget off the top of my head. Josh, let me check real quick. I want to pull it up if you did. So many have been written, right? I kind of forget. Yes, I knew it. It's just been a while. I remember reading it. Here's. Oh, I assume this is Josh. This you? Here, let me scroll ahead. Is this Josh? That's you, right, Josh? I hope it's Josh. I remember liking the articles that he had written. Oh, it is you. Okay, thank you, Josh. Yeah, I like this. So this was, I remember what was the date. This was in June, and there's been, like I said, add Josh to another of the long list of GameStop authors over the past year. But in Josh's case, I remember Josh commenting too. Who selfishly have just been, it's been terrific for someone like me to see another reasonable person on the same side as me kind of commenting in different ways. And although I forget now, I forget the contents of this off the top of my head, just I remember liking it. I remember like, oh, this is good, kind of getting this. The GameStop, zero near-term bankruptcy risk. And this is important because at the time, this was still June, people still were assigning a surprisingly high probability to that. And I remember thinking, this is great because that's how I feel too. I remember thinking like, it's absurd. It was, I mean, zero. He assigned zero. You know what I mean? So for someone like me, I'm like, yes, but still price for it. And it was. This was June. What's that price? Sub five. There you go. It's priced at 4. There you go. See? Look at. And Josh can boil down. I mean, I know Josh wrote a lot more about it, but Josh says, thanks. He said it was priced at $4 and had a net cash position in actively selling real estate. Boom. For downside protection, it could be a couple of sentences. You know what I mean? And like you get there, and that was the part what I think was driving a lot of us crazy, including Josh. Was like, what the hell's going on here? Didn't make any sense. And so, and this is why there's so many different ways to attack a particular thesis, especially a thesis like GameStop. So it was good for the GameStop one too. You had people attacking it from the downside type stuff, like this was important for me, right? Because, and again, I mean, Dimitri's talked about this stuff, Justin's talked about this stuff. Here you have a title specifically geared towards someone like me who's trying to make sure that I got my downside protected, right? So you're attacking this thesis from different ways: downside protection, upside optionality, blah blah blah, boom boom boom. Then you had Steve Mazzini talking about buyback, boom boom boom. Jonathan Prather talking about option, boom boom boom. You know what I mean? It had all those different ways to attack this thesis, and selfishly, I was like, "Oh, this is so great," because usually, as Josh knows, Justin knows, many folks. Oh, Miles, and then talk about comments. I know Miles Hunt is here too. Uber's here. Oh, so many folks, and then it's just so many ways to attack it. So many other stocks don't have that much. So it was always so great. Welcome, Josh. That's sick. All right. Oh, I moved that over. Here, let me get your bullet points out. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can at least see those headline bullet points. There you go. Sick. Okay. Okay. Well, I felt all right. That's okay. Worth it. Okay, so Gat's thinking level to around 22. Yep. Okay, that's the thing. Once it starts getting higher and higher, at least. Okay, so Gat sees 22 for a. We're in that range. We're close. Okay. Oh, air yourself. Okay. Okay, let's go. Right. Talking about other shorts, forcing other shorts to cover. Which everyone's breaking point. Oh, how did I missed some of these. Oh, I'm just scrolling through too quickly. Okay. All right, yeah, I already read some of this. Okay. Josh feels at home already. Josh, long-time GameStop bulls. We feel at home. Talk about, yeah, I've seen more people talk about valuing GameStop, on like a revenue front, you know what I mean, like a price to sale type front, which some people can criticize for different reasons, you know what I mean, but it's how some of the other types of tech and growth stocks, like it's a multiple that's used, and from a true like discounted free cash flow model type stuff, that wouldn't be how you approach it, right? You'd approach it from actual free cash flows and blah blah blah. But it's definitely something worth noting with the stock like game. I mean, I like, we've just months ago or weeks ago we were talking about this. So you compare it to that of like a Best Buy or even like an Apple for that tech multiple, just to see just for some context, and it still seems kind of silly. Okay, thinking that they missed it. Yeah, Eduardo, I missed it too. Shit, missed it. Hope I think I like. Yeah, I know. I'm with you, Josh. Josh saying, I don't know how shorts can stick around knowing Cohen is lurking around in the background. We talked about this months ago when Ryan Cohen first was taking his position, and we talked about this, and some folks in the streams were doing a good job of arguing against it, I suppose. Of just because Ryan Cohen got involved doesn't mean they definitely will turn it around, and he's not definitely going to make a move on the company such that they need to close or anything like that. That was kind of the counter. But I was like, but doesn't it, the odds of something like that happening tick up now that he's taken the stake, whereas prior to Cohen, it was non-existent. And I just, well, now the price has risen quite a bit, but at the time the price was still kind of low. I mean, you got to factor in these risks for an overweight short position, because they're real risks, even if they're not particularly likely. And because of what the upside could be in that scenario, it seems a bit more dangerous than it would be otherwise. I know where you're coming from, Josh. Okay. Yeah, I agree. A very low probability, especially in the near term. I mean, you don't send this letter unless you're going to wait a response. It seems more likely he'd make a move before he'd walk, I think. Oh, Jorge. You got it, Jorge. Hey, Philly Steaks. All right, Philly made it tonight. Welcome, Philly. Cheers, mate. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, a good week. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got a more 1 week forecast? Josh talking about Cohen making a move this week? What? That's a spicy take. Oh, let me keep going. You elaborate? Oh yeah, so Philly saying, where are we in adjusted pre-buyback pricing? $11, peanuts. Remember that on a market cap adjusted basis, that's what Philly's getting at. I don't know if do I have that? Not really. Justin had it somewhere. When you adjust for that, the price is only at $11. Let me pull that up. Good point, Philly. We hadn't got to that today, and we should. Like, this is where the market cap wise, we're right here. which just so happens to coincide roughly with where the price was when Sherman took over as CEO. It hasn't even taken out where it was when he took over as CEO, market cap wise. And this is why in that graphic I shared this weekend talking about some of the bullet points, I'm not sure people have fully grasped. I still have to include the buybacks. I'm not sure the market is fully pricing those in yet. Again, it's part of the move, right? This stuff is hard to parse. But to Philly's point, one's good point, Philly. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so Josh runs. If he lets management respond and issue guidance that trumps expectations, they'll win over investor support, and that's not what he wants. At the same time, Josh, could the price rise? And he's an investor, so he benefits. Ah, shit. 4 days from lease to publish? 4 days. Published by weekend. All right. Well, we'll have it going into earnings. I mean, yeah, thank you, Justin. Of course. Okay. Steve Stonk is on this a bit on the same boat as Josh, but he thinks he gives it till December 18th. Why do you say? Risks price getting away from him. Okay. Oh, am I going to get caught up in time? Oh, boy. Yeah, my response November data. Josh says it's amazing to see deep value turn into a soap opera growth story. Oh, I like that. I like that, Josh. Oh, terrific. Because it so rarely happens, right? I mean, you never see that with stocks like this. Yeah, Miles like that too. Comp, econ, transformation info. Yep. Okay. Okay, that's where I'm struggling. Where do we go from here when the actual events have changed the investment from deep value play to a growth story? No, that's right. Okay, so I see you say it's a good problem to have, but it's selling is far more difficult than buying. In this case, even more so, right? Right, Josh? It's a good point because it could be a potentially significant value discrepancy between what the legacy business is worth. That's why you see me separate. You hear me separate kind of the legacy business in my second GameStop video I uploaded to the channel. However, even that has changed a bit where I think it's a bit, even the legacy business I feel is worth a bit more because I kind of discounted the impact that a revamped omnichannel experiences could have on that business. But then if they successfully become this growth opportunity, I'm with you, Josh, where that's difficult analysis. And you have a much wider probability distribution where all you can often do on the sell side is average out. Yeah, you might keep on some based on your level of conviction in a successful turnaround and your confidence in what a fair value would be at that time. But I suspect that wouldn't be a high probability assessment because that's really difficult analysis based on performance we haven't even fully seen yet. But you would kind of admit they're kind of blending together more and more as time passes as I see some of them executing on some of these things. But even still, I just feel it's not, as Josh knows, it's not going to be a flip of a switch. It's going to be this slow, gradual transition, and there'll be plenty of times to average out, average out, depending on as the facts change and stuff. And the facts have changed so much over the past 3 months, for better. But it's resulted in more complex analysis than you're used to for this type for a value stock. Yeah, hard to pick a price target. I'm with you. Good. I mean, you can't even. I can't even pick price targets for something like that right now. I've kind of just been assigning higher than the market's been assigned, higher probabilities to these potential outcomes than the market's been assigning, and that's been enough for me because the stock traded so cheaply relative to that. That indeed, as you get closer to this, it's a little bit of a challenge. Emmett, what's up, Emmett? Welcome, welcome. SND. Okay, I'm gonna keep scrolling. I want to try to get caught up. But let me pop that up. I got a bunch that Hugo tossed out too. Yeah. Okay. Miles doing the right thing. Miles saying approaching his price target, but but the price target is changing as new information comes out. That's all you can do, and you change it both ways. You can change it up, change it down. Sometimes you're wrong. You just I was just wrong about this. I got to revalue stuff down. That happens to me all the time. Sometimes you revalue it up. For me, Cohen getting involved, I had to up it because if you see the GameStop videos, I talk about how heavily I discounted that tremendous upside because I didn't have significant conviction in it because I didn't really have the expertise. But then I saw Cohen get involved and saw his success with Chewy. I thought, shit, if this guy sees it, and I knew. I mean, obviously we knew a lot. We knew Barry was bullish on it, but Cohen's different. Welcome, Shane. Welcome, Shane. Yeah, Shane, we were talking about Q3 a bit earlier, where it could cause a run. Oh shit, Uber's seeing Uber. Oh shit, you on board? Uber saying he feels the collective euphoria is higher than Microsoft. Ooh, you feeling that? You feeling that, Uber? Okay. Definitely, it seemed like it was getting more chatter about it and stuff like that. I agree, it was the same. Hadn't quite seen it like that since the Microsoft stuff. Oh, okay. How are you? Oh, that's thrown around. Okay. Cheers, Philly. It's more about just consoles. Yep. You're also assuming the stock was fairly priced pre-buyback when current management took over. Oh well, I'm not assuming that. I'm not assuming that, Miles. I'm just making an observation that the stock. I'm not. I'm not even. I don't even know what I said, Miles. But I was just kind of calling out the fact that it's not even above that. But indeed, I think what Miles is getting at is that even though we may be right back to where it was when Sherman took over, that's not to say that the price was dramatically undervalued at that time. Right, and I'd agree with you, Miles. But you're also assuming that the stock was fairly priced pre-buyback when current management took over. Yeah. Well, what I would say, Miles, and I've thought a lot about this, is because there was tremendous uncertainty all these years, and I feel as though the level of uncertainty has abated a bit. But indeed, just because Sherman took over at that time, it wasn't clear to me that they were gonna. I didn't have high conviction in Sherman. I had no reason to have high conviction in Sherman. I was in a wait and see type thing. Same thing with Bell. I'm like, I don't know about these guys. Maybe. So what I was thinking at the time, Miles, is that it could be overvalued. I could entertain that. I mean, I wasn't interested at those price points at all. So I remember thinking if they take over and they screw it up, it could be screwed. So anyway, I'll keep going, but I was just making an observation. A copy of that graph. Oh, Kazuya, that's on. So check out. This is on Twitter. This is on Rod's Twitter, so you can check it out right there. He posted this on November 24th, so you can track it down there. Ah, shit, am I 25 minutes behind? What? Let me keep going. Esports, okay. Oh, Josh agrees with me. I don't know what I said. Cheers, Josh. Okay. Okay, any betting? Oh, talk about gaming related stuff or betting related stuff. Okay. Oh, futures are up big? Not that one. Not that one. Oh, that no, I wouldn't say. I would. They're. It's green, but GME after dark. Chris, that's funny. Oh, Jorge, here we go. Oh, Jorge with his price by weeks and Jorge. Last week would have been tough, huh? We don't. I don't know, Jorge. You got a bet? Hey, oh, someone's the 8 ball. Did the 8 ball turn out to be right last week? Oh, if we see 20 tomorrow, that's I think. I mean, if we see that tomorrow. Ooh, 25 this week, John Dunn? I don't know. Let's see if we. I get the 8 ball ready. We got to ask something. Everything's a test. This 8 ball has been doing pretty good. I forget what we asked something, but I think someone said that the 8 ball was right, and I trust them. Okay, so I did notice that. So Josh adding that he thinks that maybe Cohen may be making a move sooner rather than later, partly because he did mention Q4 in that letter right here. We said 2020, which is, there's 4 weeks left. Okay. When he sent this letter out, I assumed he was he was gonna await Q3 earnings. Josh, that's what I was thinking. That'd be something if he moved. He's like, hey, two weeks have passed and you haven't publicly shared anything, because Josh, I was thinking it might be tough for them to share something prior to earnings. You know, something robust. Still thought they might comment. Well, they did. They commented on that Reuters. I don't know, but they weren't gonna offer a public roadmap before then. So, what's the rationale for him? You know what I mean? Like, why does he make the move now? Oh, he could just be adding, right? I mean, I guess it depends on what do we mean by make a move? Hugo sees 25 at open, John. So, okay. So Justin changing it. Do we see 25 by the 8th? Okay, that seems a little bit. That's the thing. So 25 seems. We want to set the 8 ball up for reasonable success. Not success. I don't want to say success because we can ask bearish questions. But 25 to today would be a 50% move. Well, I mean, that would be a hell of a prediction. Okay, so Justin changes maybe by the 8th. Okay. All right, that'd be okay. I'm gonna keep going, Joe. We'll see what other questions we got. Okay. The last few years, yep. 18 breakthrough 18. Alex, remember we discussed? Yep. Oh yeah, Alex. That's right. Alex was talking about, or even he did place a stop limit buy order at 20. I like that. So Alex was kind of on board with this, saying so it didn't get executed today, right? Good thing, right, Alex? Alex, we were discussing this a couple weeks back. Alex brought this back, how stop orders can be utilized on the upside, how you can place one at 20. Would have been close to getting wrecked today in the short term. Good thing that those round whole numbers are good places. Maybe not at a 20 exactly, and you may know this, Alex, but I think about this stuff too. But maybe at $20.50 or $22, something like that. But I remember Alex's thinking was, if it does get to that point, maybe it will have triggered boom, boom, boom. We're in like from the technical analysis standpoint, there could be quite a bit of runway. So that was interesting. You know what I mean? Like you can add on the way up. We got close to it. Yeah, good call. Thanks for reminding me of that, Alex, because it pulled back quite a bit. Yeah, pre-market after-hour stuff. Tough with a stock like this. 2020 was referenced in the letter. Yep. Notes planned by next round, preferably this week. Okay. Agree about the level of uncertainty abating. Okay. Okay, guys. Cheers. Hopefully we open at 17. Yeah. They aren't going to give him 2 to 3 board seats. Yep. He wants more than that. If he gives more info on his plan before earnings, I agree. It's bullish. That's the thing. Every small thing that could come on, I always felt was going to be bullish going into earnings, and now the price is reflecting that. Okay, so Miles agrees. Didn't like GameStop back in the day, but likes it now. Hates everything. That's good. That's good. I like that. Wouldn't make sense. Wouldn't make any sense for the waste of waiting for the annual meeting. It's all Madden tonight. I'm trying super saucy. You were right. Here it is. What is it? 950. I didn't get caught up. Damn. That's right. So Hugo says we all know that with this speculative market, if the squeeze seems to start to be happening, other people will focus on. That's what I'm talking about. The beep boop boops, they can be on your side, where they just like, I don't care what the fundamental story is. The technicals look bullish, momentum looks bullish. They'll just pile on it and drive it higher. And that's what's been changing for GameStop these past couple months, is that that stuff is in GameStop's favor. Could be. Please, I got that for 30 in the morning. Oh, that might be too aggressive. Oh, thank you, Rob. It was Rob. I think it was Rob who had said that. Yeah, that the 8 ball in the last year, it is certain GME closes above 16. That's right, Rob. Oh, that was super precise. What we say? For this week? Whoa, that's sick. Thank you, Rob. Can you confirm the Roy Kitty stream came out Saturday? Definitely came up. Yeah. He also goes to box. Yeah, right. Can you imagine? Right? Oh shit, that's funny, Justin. Let me get. Just kidding. Yeah, you imagine he'd be like, who? Like he would have hung up. He would have hung up the call on you, Justin. He's like, this guy's crazy. Oh shit. Oh, that's funny. Oh damn. Go Roy Fox too. Oh damn. Yeah, I agree, Chris. Chad is on fire tonight. You know what I mean? As some people say that. I mean, that's why they're tuning in. I agree. This is why I don't. It kind of sucks when it jumps ahead, because I like to read this stuff. I agree with you, Chris. It is fire. Everyone has, a lot of people have really good takes on some of this stuff, and on weeks like this and days like today in particular, this is kind of important analysis. Kind of refreshes your memory on certain things that you might have forgotten and get the dialogue going. I agree, Chris. Cheers to that. No, wait. Let's tell Josh that it's always this lit. Hey, Chris. Josh, it's always crazy like this, man. It's always nuts. You wouldn't believe. You should see the shit we're doing sometimes. It's a tepid night, believe it or not. It's crazy. Seems to be a chat room instructor. Could do that. Excellent tonight, yeah. Yeah. Sick Josh. That's right. We gotta get caught up. Missed last week. Yep, for the holidays. On Wednesday we wear pink. Oh shit! Is that a direct quote from Mean Girls? It sounds like it. I forget to. I know they always wear the same. Oh damn, that's funny. Or Zoom chat, or some people. No Zoom chat yet, Josh. No yet. Maybe down the line. It will be fun. Omegle for value investors. Flipping through the different discussions about different stocks. We're going freaking. Oh, this is terrific. Oh, sick. I appreciate that, Philly. Philly saying he's getting itchy not having a stream to watch since last Monday. Started watching old ones. No joke. I appreciate that, Philly. Cheers. Thank you. And when it's paired with the discussion too going on, I feel like I'm glad to hear that it's entertaining, right? And hopefully some educational and good takeaways. Thank you, Philly. I appreciate that. Josh's wife wouldn't approve. I got my wife's approval. For now. We'll see. Josh, invite your wife to the chat. We'll talk to her. She can be a part if she'd like to participate. We tell her she has a formal invitation if she'd like to join. I'll tell the same to my wife. Yeah, I know, right, Philly? Yeah, exactly. Philly says, most of our wives are on the verge of getting rid of us due to the stream. Ain't that the truth? Oh, was my wife watching now? Hi, honey. Hello. Hello. I know. As long as GameStop keeps going up, you know? Oh, damn, that's funny. 6 hours later. Oh, a newlywed. Congratulations, Josh. Congratulations. 20 years before getting out. Yeah, of course. That makes sense. Josh, you might wait a little bit longer before you even mention the chat to her. Maybe don't even say, just say you're doing stock research. Just keep it real light. If you're only 6 months in, you're just doing stock research, trying to increase your performance and stuff. That's all. I keep it light. No, I know. Remember that search one? Search one was there when we were... Hey, 9:56, I got caught up just before 10 p.m., just in time for everyone to leave. Terrific. We were going through some of those 90s videos a couple of Fridays ago. Search one, and Philly was there, and some other folks, and pulling up some of the old videos from the 90s. And then the damn stream got blocked. But it's back up now, but the chat got broken. Sorry about that. But that was fun. Now we can only talk. Well, I feel like that was an odd one where the Salute Your Shorts took it down. I feel like they usually just say you can't monetize it, which is fine. They're not anyway. But so I don't know. Now I'm like extra cautious. I don't want to break the chat, but that was fun. Search. Just watching videos of kittens. That's not weird. That's right. Just say you're watching stock research or watching videos of kittens. In fact, Josh, there's videos of kittens on the channel. You can just pull up those kittens in the background. Not weird at all. That's just the internet, baby. I mean, that's just the internet. You get cats and that's it. Cats and memes, maybe. Oh, but Rob, that's right. So caught it on the replay. That's why. Oh, sorry, Rob, you missed the chat. Yeah, Rob was saying, he commented, I meant to respond. I didn't get to it in time, but I'm glad you're able to watch that. I hope it was still good. Yeah, you see some of those old clips, nostalgia trip for you too, Rob. For some of us, we were like, some of those videos, like the Beetleborgs, it felt like we were Friday night. We were on some drugs on Friday night watching some of that stuff. Yeah, it got weird. Oh, damn, that was funny. Not drunk enough for the stream, Jordan. Yeah, right. Oh, that's funny. Just reports their Q4. Oh, did they already report, Hugo? Are you kidding me? Oh, someone mentioned that. Oh, someone mentioned this ticker. I had it copied. Hey, this ticker is starting to look interesting for what that's worth. I don't know anything about it, but you got any more background information on it? It looks kind of interesting. It also looks super bearish longer term. You know what I mean? It needs to do some work, but if there was something compelling... sorry, I forget who mentioned that. I apologize. But I wanted to bring up... If you're still there, let me know if there's anything. Look, I got it queued up, Hugo. I'm afraid to pull it up because I know how good it looks. I can't even, Hugo. Look at this. I even said I was going to do it last week, didn't I? Embarrassing. Congrats, Hugo. Cheers. Talk about this one this whole time. One of those had to be there moments. Was it one of those, Jordan? Yeah. Shit. You don't know what the stream could take you on a Friday night, especially after hours. GME after hours? Forget about that shit. Look out. Look out. Especially when it was... Well, we had the... It was like when it's quiet. When there were a couple of weeks there was no GameStop. Bro, there were no GameStop updates to report. I was saying how it was going to be like me talking about the election results. There's no updates to report, but they keep kicking it to you. You got to say something. You got to say something about it. Yeah, this one continues to look good, Hugo, huh? On that EV front, I know it's kind of an EV play, but as long as that... I know you're bullish on it, so that chart looks good. Man, would have been nice for the story. I even made a note, Hugo, for the story. I saw PLT. I saw Palantir. People were talking about this on the stream months ago because it had just gone public, right? Yeah, that's... Holy shit. Whoa, a quick triple. I remember people talking about on the stream that when it IPO'd. So when was that? September and October. I didn't have anything to say. It's in favor right now, huh? Oh, but it's kind of giving some back. Is it quieting down? I mean, I know a little bit of the story. Oh, did they? Yes. Is it Citron? Did they put a short? Okay, so that's part of it. Just before public. Oh, okay. Yeah. But people would definitely talk about it, but I didn't know anything about it. But when it popped here on the chart, you know what I mean? Once you break this little bit of a range here above the IPO, something to keep an eye on. It's not really my style, but the chart looks good. Look at all that up. Then it tripled. And you could say on the value, that's what I mean. You focus on the value too much and you overweight value too much. You missed out on a triple. That's okay if it's not your style with everything, but I'm always trying to broaden my investment universe, and like that's something that if with more time I might pursue in earnest, but usually not. Hey, cheers, our coats. All right, you watched some over the weekend? Nice. 3 a.m. Oh, I wonder where you are. 3 a.m. Oh, so you must. Are you in Europe? Yep. Gonna watch the stream in the morning. Okay, you have a nice night. Welcome. I'm glad you're enjoying. Oh, Fox and you had a debate? Oh, Josh is out. All right, later, Josh. Have a good night. Have a good night. Welcome. It was great to have you on tonight for sure. Oh yeah. A lot of people. I did see a lot of people talking about that, Alex. Yeah. Starts to pop. It's a tough. Yeah, it depends. It depends. Search on a lot of different things. You know what I mean? From an educational standpoint, it's tough to say. I talk about adding and trimming opportunities. Alex had brought up how one potential opportunity. Look at that chart. Look at this chart. Look at this. This is the six-month chart. GameStop. And these are shorter term horizons. That's a really good looking chart. Anyway, yeah, tough call, Search. Tough call. Alex was talking about how for some folks, and this isn't a recommendation that I would necessarily recommend to anyone, just from a general educational standpoint, that some folks might look for where the next resistance level might be after you break through 18, 19, 20. And there's no clear resistance, but now you're going so far back that you discount the relevance of it because now you're 5 years back, but there's not much. Oh, that's not even right. Resistance until you get back up to like the $25 or even the $30 level, but that's That's tough. And then you know what I mean? It's dangerous to bet on squeeze type stuff or even a smart move. It's tough. These are maybe more, again, not recommendations, Search. I know you know that. You've been on the stream. But like usually trimming and adding opportunities. For my style of investing and many other folks on the channel, it's we tend to be buying like value type stocks at really deep discounts. Those are the most attractive times to buy, which, I mean, in hindsight, GameStop was like that 4, 5, 6 cents. It's where you might go really heavy. But for marginal like trading opportunities, it might be when you break out of a range or you pull back. There's a lot of nuance. There's so much of it depends. That's why it's hard to say what exactly to do in each particular situation. We talked about it. Oh, yeah, Getz. Oh, okay. It was you, Getz. Getz was here talking about it before the IPO. Boom, there you go. And I remember you having a long conversation about it, a lot of back and forth, but I'm like, all right, yeah, I understand some of those words. Oh, Philly was a big fan. Look at this. I should have been paying attention. Y'all were bullish on it? Damn. Yeah, Getz, nice work, Philly. Market loves that type of high-tech story. That's the thing. If you can analyze the backdrop of what the current market's in, like Hugo's been bullish on EV, and he's tossed out some names over the past couple of months. And I've been saying how assessing the backdrop for EV for someone like me, what I would do is I would look at some of the most prominent stocks, like a Tesla-type stock, and other ones too, and just see, is it a bullish setup in this environment? Because if so, then you might be inclined to bet on a stock within that industry that's just starting to break out. And that's why I wish I had traded Tesla more over the years. But like Philly says, that if you kind of have a good feel for what the current backdrop is, you're willing to change your mind on it. You'll reassess if the situation changes. You'll say, all right, it's not as in favor as I thought. But if that is the backdrop, and like Philly's saying, then you might be bullish. You might be bullish on that. It's decent analysis. EV's in favor. It seems for now it still is. I know everyone's trying to time when that's going to turn and stuff. That's tough to do, but. Hey, Struts. Welcome, Struts. Welcome, Struts. Oh, yeah, we did some analysis on Cohen's attorney there a while back. I think you can find some background info on his website. I think some of the companies. I don't know about the companies listed, actually. It's more like his specialties and stuff. I'm not sure off the top of my head, Struts. Ooh, our coats. I like this. Our coach saying, I hope GME partners with Facebook for an Oculus VR revenue sharing deal. That's what I want to hear in the earnings call. I'm in England, by the way. Hey, cheers to England. All right. Ooh, nice. That's a new like we've talked about some of this stuff. Some people on the stream a couple of weeks ago were talking about that, like a VR angle, in-store experiences. I like the specific call out at Facebook. Like that's the type of thing. No, the market's not really pricing that type of stuff in. Even I have to discount that. I have no choice. But the optionality is there. All these different in-store experiences in this type of environment, a gaming environment, just a VR environment. Like you might want to do that stuff in stores. And does Facebook even have? Facebook doesn't have any stores, right? There's nothing to sell. I mean, they can't have anything. So if they did want to. Are there any? There's no Oculus VR stores, right? They just sell it within other. Anyway, even if not likely, I like that discussion. Imagine that partnership's announced. Imagine, you know how people feel about Facebook and their opportunities and stuff. Boom, people reassess. Ooh, spicy take on this earnings call, huh? Anything along those lines would be big news. I feel like in light of everything going on, if they drop something there, like Justin was talking about. Whatever it is. That's the thing. There's so many different things it could be, and I don't know what it is, and I'm not even assigning a high probability to anyone individually. I just see all the optionality. I think, and I'm still not convinced it's all priced in. Is there anything in particular that you think that something could be brewing on that front, our coats? You know what I mean? Like besides, it's just that it kind of makes sense to me. But I still like it. But I'd just like to assign a higher probability to it if I could. That'd be nice. Hey, all right. Later, Arcoats. Have a nice night. Talking PLTR. All right, good call. I like that now. It's not my high conviction analysis, but I like what Philly's saying. Philly's saying it's the type of stock that was bound to get some type of crazy ass multiple. I would include that in when I'm talking about expanding my in investment universe. I would include that as not just the chart itself, but also what's the backdrop. I've said that about Tesla before too, right? If you know the backdrop and the market is kind of pricing these types of stocks up, and it starts to break out, boom, done. Don't overthink it too much. And again, I don't know, but I'm willing to bet Philly probably didn't go too heavy into it. I have no idea. Maybe he had a really good read on the situation, but for someone like me, I'd be like, that's a small position, boom, done. Based on that, and keep it easy. Know what the type of play is, and then there's different types of plays where you go, oh, this shit's definitely going 5x. You know what I mean? And you load up, and but indeed, I mean, it could be that Philly thought that with that one. I don't know, but for someone like me, but even still, I might still dabble. Like, oh, did you see Bitcoin? Y'all see Bitcoin? It's one of the top positions now. That thing keeps on cranking. It's like number 12 or something. That thing keeps on cranking. I saw it pulled back there briefly, then it bounced right back. Bullish. Bullish. Oh, it's right there, though. It's resistance. It's resistance. It's got to break through. It's really overbought. Maybe a retest and then a breakthrough. A retest of 12 or 13. And then a breakthrough 20. Wow, it's really overbought in the daily. Is it time to trim that? What's GBTC doing? Good timing on that average. Good timing on that buy. Nice. A smart double. Talking about Oculus. Okay. VR is the future. That's the direction of all big social media companies are heading towards. Facebook already buys space in Best Buy stores. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you, Cleese. There you go. Cleese saying Facebook already buys space in Best Buy stores for physical setups. I don't think GME has the space. That's the thing. GME and their current stores don't have that much space. If they rolled out some new store types, as some have been thinking that they should or might in time, they got a couple of centralized big locations, which would make sense to me. Maybe in those ones, but indeed in their current ones, there's just not enough space for a ton of in-store experiences. It's just not. That's right. So yeah, we talked about his attorney has, M&A experience, as many people have pointed out, experience with activist investors. Clearly, experience. Oh, okay. Markel saw the Bitcoin today. Yeah. There you go. So Cleese adds, that's how Best Buy got itself out of its hole. Different revenue streams for e-giants and physical spots. Boom. I like that. I like that analogy there. GME could do something similar. Absolutely. Stacking those different revenue streams, in particular higher margin revenue streams. Seems like that advertising platform they may be able to leverage. You know what I mean? Digital partnerships, whatever that looks like. But that's the thing. I think GME is trying to do something similar, as I think that's what Cleese is getting at. Total. Oh yeah, I know. Oh, Justin, try to get the midnight order. Oh yeah, because Cyber Monday's almost up. Anyone get y'all get some sweet deals? I know everyone's been. It's the collective effort on the DD front. It's been terrific. Still no luck on the console front. Yeah, VR experience intense. Yeah. Oh wow, you found an order? Wow. How the hell do you track down orders? Oh yeah, they've been testing out store. Chris getting at the prototype stores, the concept stores out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. There's what is there? There's about 4 stores that they're testing out there, but there's other models that they could too. But they're trying to prepare for some potential in store experiences. They're aware of some of this stuff. Oh wow, you found it in a comment on a comment. Jeez, nice work, Justin. Huh? Cyber Monday almost over, but also November almost over. Oh, an end of November. Excuse me, an end of November order. Okay. Yeah. Funky Pops. I was thinking that Search One. Search One talking about if GameStop has a total rebranding, new logo. I was thinking that. How come that didn't happen yet, Search One? I thought that was going to happen a while back. I mean, I'm gonna have to re-Photoshop all of my. I'm gonna have to undo all the Photoshop that well, actually, I use GIMP. I'm gonna have to undo all the memes. I'm gonna need a new logo to input everywhere. Oh. Ash, what up, Ash? Cheers, Ash. Belize, welcome back, Belize. Oh. Belize talking about them releasing numbers tomorrow on Black Friday cyber numbers. Do GameStop hasn't done that in the past, have they? Oh, I think that's unlikely. Belize. Wait, have firms done that, or GameStop in particular? Wow, you did searches for GameStop for video game launches, Justin. Wow, then searched on Google, then Twitter, then game, and you had to come across. Wow, that's nuts. Waiting for after 2020. Ah, man, I thought it was gonna come before the console search. That's what I was thinking. But okay, if they redo their logo, I'll have to re-Photoshop my GameStop Pro pick. Yeah. Oh, which GameStop Pro pick is that? Oh, the pick in your Google thing. Yeah. Same. We're gonna have to undo a lot of stuff, right? Let's finish out our memes before they do it. From end of October. I don't think I have anything, Justin. Anyone got an order from, what do you say, end of October or early November? I mean, people certainly have it, as you know. I mean, just tracking that. Anyone on the stream? Order from GameStop, October or November of 2019? That is funny. It single-handedly lowered the average basket size in November. That is funny. Oh, James walked into one. Don't forget the Danger Zone theme. The Danger Zone. I wonder if there's a. Well, that's the thing. Those weren't GIFs. I mean, I guess they're video memes. Turn some of those into a video meme. There's often a scene in many movies where you'd be like, oh, you see like a scene in a movie, like, oh, I could use that. Is Steve Stunk and Snow K here? They're like, oh yeah, I can do something with that. Like in what was it, Ocean's 12, where he's like, when they're first walking around at the beginning of Ocean's 12, he's like, he's talking about, he's like, I could probably get 20 minutes of material out of that or something like. I can't remember the quote. I ruined it. consoles so new, no major next gen game is out yet. When those right, so there's going to be more. To Search One's point, there's going to be more games coming out, and don't forget that Nintendo already people aren't the Nintendo Switch. It's rumored that there's going to be an upgraded Nintendo Switch that's going to be rolled out now in a couple of months. At this point, that's a boon for a GameStop for sure. Killing the Switch. Yep, as James is saying. Oh yes, it took me a second, Justin. I was trying to think through. Is that the song they sing? Is that the song they sing, Justin? I hope. If it's not that, I don't remember. It is, right? That's the song they sing? It's gotta be. Hold on, let me go. Yeah. Okay. You saved me a second. Yeah. Let's hope that movie comes out next year. We could use a big blockbuster. Has anyone seen Tenet? And then they bumped the James Bond, right? No Bond. The Bond movie was supposed to come out early this year, and then they bumped it to late this year. I don't even know when that one's coming out. Could use some big movies coming out. But I group Maverick in with that one, and Bond. I feel like there was another. Am I missing one? That got like delayed. I feel like there was one other big one. I can't remember. The song will be better in the second one with the sick montage. Okay, I'll check it out. Let's see if I can. It takes a while. Well, it took me. I hadn't made one of those before, so it took me a while to do. But maybe it'd be better, easier the next time around. Oh, everyone raves about Queen's Gambit, huh? Literally everyone who has talked about Queen's Gambit has said that they loved it, that it was terrific, and some of us we talked about on a recent stream. We got to play some chess. Y'all play chess? We got to set up some chess boards and see and see how it goes. But I've heard great things from it, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm halfway. I got like 10 episodes left of Sopranos, so closing in on the end here. But we're like on a other TV show embargo until we finish. We want to finish before year end. Oh, okay. Bullish saw Tenet. Queen's Gambit. Okay. Bond is in April. Okay, I didn't realize that. Oh, Matt, I saw 1917 in theaters too. I can't believe it, Matt. My wife and I were talking about that. I had a movie stub and we saw, like, I don't know. I still had the movie stub somewhere. It was like in a pocket and I hadn't worn those pants since the date, and I found it. I'm like, whoa, that was the last movie we saw. So it must have been the last one for you too, Matt. Pretty crazy how much has changed. Oh, wow. Chess products rocketed 300% due to that shit. That makes sense, right? Wow. Was anyone long knights? Anyone long rooks? Yeah. Anyone long diagonal moving pieces? Ah, they bumped it again? Okay. Nope. Philly's part of it. You bought a board, yep. Pay out 10 hairs of GameStop on the ceiling. Position. Nah, Struts, no poison pill. No poison pill for GameStop. Check this. I'll pull it up real quick. That's this somewhere. No poison pill. Boom! This was from their May presentation. Nope. Chess is the greatest board game of all time. Monopoly is the closest. Like, it's funny you mentioned Monopoly. I just saw the Sopranos episode where they're playing Monopoly and shit gets wild. Yeah, chess is great. Oh, you saw 1917 twice? Yeah, some people really loved it. 3 times? In theaters? Whoa. Oh, you appreciate it differently. Bullish, you got in there 3 times. You had to do that quickly. I feel like it came out, and then like a month later, some of the theaters were closed. All right, Super Saucy is out. Peace out, Super Saucy. You have a nice night. Let's keep an eye on this price action. Oh, that's the 8-ball. Well, at least let's get this 8-ball question in, huh? Okay, so we could do. What was the question? What had we said? 25. We said 25 by. Ooh, 25 by. 25 by Friday is tough. How about 20? Can we just say 20? Can we break 20 by before earnings are announced? Is that good? Seems good. Like a close above 20. Can we get a close above 20 before Q3 earnings are announced? So that can include Tuesday. How's that? There we go. I'm on with this one. There you go. I like Justin's question. I like you got to frame that question just right. So as Justin says, will GameStop top $20 by the end of market 8th? That's the question, baby. Let's do this shit. Come on. Magic 8-ball. Will GameStop top $20? I wanted to close. I close above $20 before the market closes on December 8th, before they announce earnings that night. Come on. Come on. I just. Yo. 8-ball over here calling me out. It says I got to concentrate and ask again. I want to report all results. I don't want you to think. I want to report the results so we can have it on record. Okay, try it again. Will GameStop close above $20 before? I got to think really hard. Can y'all think with me? This needs to be a collective effort to concentrate. I think the 8-ball was picking up that it was kind of late into the stream. We're not concentrating, so think really hard as I shake this magic 8-ball. Okay, think, concentrate. Is there something you? Is there an audio to thinking to concentrating on? Will GameStop close above $20 before earnings on December 8th? Yeah, thinking hard. Asterisk. Thinking hard. No, it needs to be a clean. It needs to be a clean presentation. Oh, I gotta hold on. I gotta keep it flat. There we go. Can I get it? I'm ruining it. Ah, shit. What the hell? let me read it before I. Come on, how come I can't get that in there? I feel like the. Wait, okay. Here we go. Y'all see it? It is certain. It is certain. There you go. That's official. Boom. That's it. That's it. It's in the books. It's in the books. I don't make whenever you're in doubt, you shake it about. Y'all know that. When you in doubt, you shake it about. Boom. And then you just walk away. That's it. 8-ball drop. 8-ball drop. That's it. You don't fight the 8-ball. You just shake it. That's it. 8-ball dictates this stuff. It's enough for us. It's enough for us to speculate, but 8-ball, borderline fact. I mean, the 8-ball is developing a reputation of its own. Make no mistake. Yeah, the 8-ball. I trust all things are. The ball has spoken. Fire. Cheers, everybody. Oh, damn. This thing. What if it happens tomorrow? That's terrific. That'd be great. I know, lots of bullish predictions here. Usually pretty conservative. I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Oh yeah, hasn't Nicola been coming down? Oh, oh, did they do a share issuance? I think I heard that. That ain't a good looking chart. That ain't a good looking chart. Yeah, here you go. We'll take 75 too, Hugo. Right? Will the GameStop pop on a 75? Get Buffett interested? He tends to trade on price, so I could see that. He likes stocks that are like in favor, moving in. Although obviously his style has changed over the years, so. I like those emojis. Oh, Steve Stunk at the emojis. Look at that 8-ball, smiley, rocket. Yeah. Come on, it's got it. The saga continues. Oh damn. The question, Daniel, was: will GameStop close above 20 before they announce earnings next December 8th? Chris is more bullish. The 8-ball will do that to you, Chris. The 8-ball will do that. Oh, William. Hey, what's up, William? Welcome back. Someone will tell me. 8-ball rolling. 8-ball rolling. 8-ball rolling. It's hard to counter that analysis. What can you say? We haven't even needed. Right now, the 8-ball's been so reliable, but if we ever feel that the 8-ball is becoming less reliable, again, if we're looking for a ticker to search for, we got this. We got banana. Oh, it's invisible. It's see-through. We got that available to us too. But the 8-ball's adequate. Haven't even needed the Unos or the bananagrams. I'd say 8-ball's doing its job. Nice work, 8-ball. Whew. We did it. Got caught up. Got the 8-ball in. We're rolling deep tonight for on a big day too. We still had 80 people. Cheers, everybody. Hope y'all had a nice Thanksgiving and a nice night tonight. Yeah, nice work indeed. Usually we go. I think I'm gonna cut the stream a bit shorter tonight. But as for those who don't know, sometimes these streams go all night. But tonight I gotta cut it short. But we'll be back Wednesday. And in the meantime, keep an eye on price action and stuff. And let's see how GameStop goes the rest of the week. I importantly kind of want to see tomorrow. Usually I see how it's going to end the rest of the week, and I do want to see that. But like I'm actually kind of curious about tomorrow because like some of the stuff Justin was talking about. You know what I mean? Like a smart. Oh, this ain't. You know what I mean? Like a smart bounce back tomorrow. Like it sold off today, but like a smart. It's like painful on the other side of this, and I just think that'd be something to watch for tomorrow. But then let's see this week's price action. So let's see what happens here. Oh, cheers, everybody. Oh, we still rolling deep. Yeah. I got to cut it short today. Let me just see. Cheers, Search One. You have a nice night. Portfolio pro. You guys are we could do that, Alex. Alex talk about, yeah, let's see. You know, like Buffett says, the monkeys could do this. We can do a Bananagrams portfolio, Alex. A Bananagrams portfolio that's determined by the tickers that we pull out of Bananagrams. It's not a bad idea. And kind of compare our own performance against that. Cheers, Alex. Cheers, Gats. You have a nice night. Think you doing? Yeah, cheers, Alex. 30 for Wednesday. Yeah, that'd be good. If you get 30 by Wednesday, then you're in squeeze territory. That's kind of a quick run. It's not like it's. Remember Rite Aid? I know Justin knows this, but I mean, they reported earnings, then it went 7 to 24 in like a couple of days. That was on earnings, but like you can get that quick correction on some of this stuff. So yeah, peace out. Cheers, Justin, and good luck with the article too. Let's keep an eye on this stuff. I'm intrigued by your forecast here. I'm like, oh wow, Justin's thinking this. I'm keeping an eye on some of this stuff. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Cheers, Daily. You have a nice night. Thank you. Until next time, Space Burrito. Peace out. Oh, it jumped out. Okay. Peace out, Chris. You have a nice night, Chris Roth. Yeah, Wednesday would be good. Happy hunting. Oh, I like that. Happy hunting. Cheers, later, Miles. You have a nice night. Dusty. Peace out, Dusty. Later, John. Peace out, Jordan. Oh, we're rolling deep today, huh? This is terrific. Peace out, Jorge. You have a nice night, too. Oh, UNFI. Oh, yeah. I was scrolling through that, Justin. Oh, it's still right in that range. It's been quiet since, okay, I got to take another peek at that with earnings coming out again. Nothing, I assume not much has changed. I was scrolling through, but it's still right in that range. If anything, it's more bullish because you know what? I kind of like this where it holds up in that range. I like it more, like I talk about with GameStop. I'll double check it. Thanks for the heads up. It's still top 20 wherever it is. I got to double check it. Peace out, Steve Stunk. You have a nice night too. William, peace out. Okay, I'll check it out. Peace out, Struts. Welcome aboard. Eduardo, adios. James, peace out. James staying in the. James not going anywhere. We're all saying goodnight. James not going anywhere until James waiting for a squeeze. I'm staying right here. That's funny. Have a great week, insurance. Let's see what happens here. Good night, Philly. You have a nice night too. You have a nice night. Oh, they report night the morning up. Oh, yeah, so it'd be a busy day for you. Yeah, so it'd be a busy day, just like it was last quarter too, right? Later, Jen. Cruise control. Have a nice night, Eduardo. Peace out. I guess it's starting not. You have to wait 2 days. Oh boy. Justin, you gotta try to stay up. Good luck with that, Justin. Talk about committed to his work, committed to this research. I mean, in this case, rather unique research, right? I mean, that impactful type stuff, right? But and you got a story too out of it. But all right, I'm looking for whenever you get to it. I'm excited to read it. But that's way 2.5 times. All right, peace out, everyone. Oh, let me finish this. Where did we end? 1697. Almost got back to 7. I mean, no, it's after hour shit. You're not lost on me. And then what's futures doing? Just one more quick check. Okay, now the after hour stuff's starting to pick up a little bit. It did seem a bit overdone, but I've said that before and things have kept running. But now we're up over 1%. It doesn't always stick overnight, but market kind of bouncing back. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'll be curious to see tomorrow. Peace in. Oh, peace out, Jorge. Peace in. Peace out. Yeah, peace however you want. That's okay with me. Oh, let me finish. Okay. All right. Let me get this queued up. Oh, where's the? Okay. All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a nice night. Have a nice week, couple of days. See you on the next stream. Adios.